on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast.
Whoa, back. I'm back. It's good to be back, man. Word. What up, y'all? What's good? Shout out to everybody that's coming in, man. Welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft, and shout out to y'all, man. It's been a long time coming and a long time being here. Been on the road for, as many who know, I've been on the road for a while. And as soon as I came back, I had to get back on the road. So, you know what I mean? I've been in Toronto. Shout out to my man, Lord Fury. Everybody out there, the disciples of the North. So for them tuning in, my man, Sid Brock, all the MCs out there. It was a great show, and I didn't get to see y'all, but I'm here now. Shortly after that, I was in Dallas. Man, it was crazy, man. And I miss y'all, man. Mo Life, what up, brother? I seen you, man. Shout out to McCap. Word. Shout out to my man, Crip Jesus. Mo Life, what's up, my brother? He says, Supreme, peace to you, all the gods in the realm of the existence. What up? Jody Southworth, what up, man? Shout out to you, Knowledge Born, that did a great show on Thursday. I couldn't join. I was still moving around doing the thing. But besides that, doing the music, getting in the studio, working with cats, numerous cats. Shout out to the Jizza, you know what I'm saying? So, just everybody. So, all the brothers and sisters, everybody out there is going to be tuning in today. It's going to be a beautiful show. We're going to have something crazy. But at first, before I introduce it, let me say, welcome to the Killah Priest Podcast. I'm your host, Killah Priest, and running the rock is none other than AD A Dizzle.
Yeah, what's good? Welcome back. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You held it down, man. You held it down. I came through the Zoom.
Oh,
saw
yeah.
you in there. Yeah, hold it down.
Yeah, you know how we do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo, so today coming in, man, we're gonna have a great show. New guest for the first time on a Killah Priest Podcraft. Man, let me say, it's been a long time since these brothers came. Well, they never came before. You know what I'm saying? You've been hearing about them and stuff. Torah Knights, man. Shout out to the Torah Knights. My man, Judah Naz, Davion. Let me get that right. We're gonna get into some good stuff, man. It's gonna be crazy, man. Can't wait for that. Hear the science. Yeah, I see the title. It says the Occult. I got a couple of questions for those brothers, and I know that they're capable of dropping it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Without, let me see. Without further ado, let me see whatever else I got before I bring them on. I'll get it. I know shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get it in. Man, log. Shout out to the craft board. Also the Rocketeers. Everybody on the Patreon. Everybody in the whole Killah Priest universe, man. Podcraft universe, man. Welcome. And let's get into it, man. So without further ado, man, let's just get into it, man. We're gonna have a good time. I got a lot of questions. If you have any questions, make sure y'all hit that like button, that super chat. You know what I'm saying? Me and AD, we do this. We do this from our heart. We give y'all pure knowledge. If y'all want to make it rain, Mo Life in the building. Let's pass Mo Life. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to make Mo Life come up a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Mo Life. I spit it, but without further ado, I bring to you to the Podcraft none other than, let me see how I want to say this. Brothers who drop jewels. You know what I'm saying? Drop jewels, knowledge. We're going to get into it. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We're going to find out about the Torah. I'll say today something different. Ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, prince and princesses. That's it, right? Word. Kings and queens. 144,000. Nope, it's not by the Hebrew, but it's my man. None other than the Torah Knights, man. Make some noise. Yeah. Finally, brothers. Finally, man, y'all made it to the Podcraft, man. Back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It was was trying to get you my man JJ 7000. You know what I'm saying? Molly. Yeah, shout out to him. He was trying to get you up here, and I know we had some time. I hit the road, but something happened before I hit the road again, and you got in touch with AD, man, and that's good. Y'all made it work out, man. Yeah, man, love y'all too. Yo, so what's good, man? What's up, man? How you doing? Introduce yourself one at a time, man, so the audience will know.
Oh, all right. I'll go first. Thank you, Killah Priest. Thank you, AD, for having us on. We really appreciate it. Shout out to our brothers, JJ 7000. Shout out to Sister Naftali. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tahuti. You guys know brother Tahuti.
The Saba, yeah, Saba.
Yeah. Yo, that's he's a cool brother. He's funny. He cracks me up. He did not beat me in that debate, you guys, but we probably gonna run it back. But shout out to that brother.
I gotta hit him. Go ahead.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Devion. My bad.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Killah Priest, AB, for having us on. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Torah nights in the building. And shout out to all the great debaters, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, brothers that have been in it for a while, JJ 7000, like the brother said, Naphtali, you know, and everybody who trying to, you know, uplift the mind and then the spirit of our people, you know. So we thank you for having us on. And we ready to how you say drop some jewels.
Hey, man. Hey, we're gonna go back to the debaters, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing that you said that. First, let us know, because something unique about y'all, man. First of all, I like the name. The name's kind of ill, but explain to me Torah Nights. Now that's funny for me saying Killah Priest, but Torah Nights, break that down for us.
Okay, so actually, what's really funny is somebody, there was a comic book drawer. He actually jacked our name, got it copywritten. So, which is funny. We came out before, but he liked the name, but he's not even anyway. So Torah Nights, the idea is I live in Japan, and I forgot, but there's in Japanese, the word for well, my wife, she walked away, she's Japanese.
Okay.
Right, what is it? It breaks down to temple guardian or temple man or something. Oh, samurai. No. Yes, is it samurai? So anyways, I live in Japan, right? So you know, I've been here for like 20 years, 18 years, 19 years. And Shintoism, which we don't practice, but a lot of Shintoism practices kind of like are Torah like, you know, even including down to the Shinto's priest garments with the linen and the fringes and the I forgot what they call it, the tefillin and the forehead thingy. Anyway, so it basically, when you translate it from the kanji, you know, they have like they have 4 alphabets here in Japan. It translates to temple guardian. So our core teachings deal with the Temple of Solomon or the Tabernacle of Moses, and it is a what you would call an occult or hidden teaching, not necessarily available to the common Bible reader, and it's we teach it in a form of initiation. I know it has a bad quality these days when you say the word initiation. It only means to be trained up or to be skilled or to be taught. That's all that it means. There's no evil quality to it. So yeah, that's
trained to be taught. Kind of dope, man. I get it, you know, being a Killah Priest. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. It's the oxymoron of it. People, they're not getting used to it and stuff like this. And yeah, man. So what do you teach? Basically, no. Both of y'all, any of y'all, man. What do y'all teach? You know what I'm saying?
Well, so you know, the Torah nights, you know, like we're centered around the Torah, as a brother stated. You know, we deal with the Solomon's temple, the Moses tabernacle, right? So it represents like Israel as a whole, right?
Right.
But also the mind and the spirit of the man or the individual, right? So it'll be like, you know, using knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to develop, you know, the mind, and to, you know, like wage war with strategies, you know, work the mind, technically, like to work the soil, right? So you can have growth, so you can have produce, right? And then it's like fruits of the spirit, it's the mind, the spirit. So that's pretty much what Torah Nights is centered around. The inner workings of the temple, which also represents you as the individual, but also Israel as a whole. And we have the high priest, right? He represented Israel as a whole too, because he was the only one that went into the holy of the holies. So we stand for the blossoming man, or the man who renews.
Wow. It seems like to me is y'all deal with it like you said metaphorically. Hold on, let me put and metaphorically. So y'all have a deeper understanding, more look than just surface. It's like it goes a little bit deeper. Okay, this gotta get interesting. So Solomon Temple, for y'all who's not familiar with it, everybody knows about Solomon Temple, but especially on this channel. But if you don't know, he's saying that it's a metaphor to the body. Could you elaborate on that a little bit more?
So it's really the inward man, as it would well, we're not New Testament people, but I would say if anyone's familiar with Apostle Paul's teaching, he would use this term, the inward man.
Right.
So or in Islam, when they say like the jihad would necessarily be an inward fight. So there's a word called qarab. It would be QRB, because there's no A's in the language, and it stands for inward, right? But it also stands for like to encounter a battle, or you're about to go to war. It also means an offering, to offer something. So that's literally like the center of or the core of our teachings is really is self-improvement. You know what I mean? And to elevate the mind. And like you stated earlier, we deal with what you would call spiritual geometry and metaphor and allegory and parable, right? So that the temples, or Solomon's temple and the tabernacle, to the person that's not quote unquote initiated, it's just like a building. But to those who understand what it is, it's inner development. I always like to say the fastest way to outer space is to go inwardly. Like that probably doesn't make any sense to people, but
right?
Yeah. So
the fastest way to outer space is go inwardly. Oh man.
Or heaven, or if you want to call it that. Not rocket travel, inwardly. Because this is just the spiritual world is between your ears. As remember the RZA said that in 12 Jewels from the Gravediggers album.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's that. Yeah, it's your spiritual world. The mind is right here.
Right. Also, AD, this brother is musically inclined too. He make beats and stuff like that. We're gonna get into all of that. Yeah, that's dope. MCing on another level. You know what I'm saying? That's Devion, right? Yeah, exactly. That's dope, man. Yo, I love that. That you put another kind of perspective on it. Because usually when you hear people that speak, that don't mean just people, just any. Because we're gonna get to the word cult too. Why did y'all use the word a title for a cult? About that. You usually, people get scared of those certain words and stuff like that. And usually when you hear that, you just be like a little nervous of that. And especially traditionally, as I say, right? Mm-hmm. Traditionally, it's not like that. What separates you guys and make y'all a little bit different is like it looks like y'all go a little bit deeper into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Devion, you can take the mic when you're ready. Stop me.
Yeah, so like because there's different Israelite camps out there, right?
Yeah.
And they usually
not just really Israelites, right? It's Christian. A lot of people use the Bible, right?
Right. So as far as like what was said Torah Nights apart, we try to go, well, what I'm saying, within, right? Because even in the language, there's words can have multiple meanings, right? So as far as we talking about the temple, right? The word for temple or house is bayat, right? So it means like within or like inward. So when it's talking about inward, it's not necessarily like just walk inside the sanctuary, right? It's saying like what can be built on the inside of you in order for you to be a more well-rounded man, right? In order for you to elevate your mind or your spirit, right? Then another word, rawak, right? It also means it's rawak, and there's modern Hebrew and Yiddish, and they use V's and stuff, but we go by the original language, which would be Yahweh Dayath. So it's rawak, which means mind or spirit, but it also means wind. Now, wind, you can't see the wind. You can just see like the after effect of it blowing by, So that's like a thought arising. That's what it's the mind or the spirit. It's like a force. You know what I'm saying? So what set us apart is we get down to the nitty gritty. We also study the language in depth, but we also try to apply it to ourselves or our everyday lives. What does it mean to improve yourself? What does it mean to arrange or to put things in order for a better outcome? Yeah, so that's what I think Judith about to say something.
Yeah, you about to say something?
Oh yes, real quick. I saw somebody in the chat say basically Freemasonry. And that's an interesting conclusion. However, ours predates our system predates Freemasonry by thousands of years. So, but it is building of the self. So if you want to call it masonry, it's because the word for truth and math or amen, also means to be trained or skilled up, or to like it's like initiation, kanaka, right? Where you get the word Enoch from. So so our system predates Freemasonry by thousands of years, but I mean, if that's the easiest way that you may be able to understand it, it's sort of similar, but we predate Freemasonry. We actually are writing books. I think Devion's is talking more just using the compare contrast of our system and Freemasonry, because they just have different interpretation of what they of their temple furniture or whatever. So this is not to knock on Freemasonry or whatever, but they just have different interpretations built upon what they created, whatever. So this is not a knock on them. If you're a Freemason out there, it is not a knock on you, or whatever. I want to say real quick too, the spiritual geometry. So if you guys see us, especially you see me, I wear like the shield of David, right? So some people would think this is a star,
right?
But really, if you look at it and you connect all the points, it's 7 points, not 6, because you got the center, right? And what happens, it makes a 3D cube. And a 3D cube has 10 points, right? And then in the various points, you have 7 spaces. And all these, all mean things. And when you add the 3D cube and another 3D cube and another 3D cube, you get 144,000, right? So 1 + 4 + 4 = 9. 3 + 6, 0, 9. 7 + 2, 9. So 9, we deal with mathematics, science, and geometry. Real quick too, also for we were debaters, we're also lecturers. We also deal with science with the Torah. We get into noetics. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with noetics. It deals with it's a Greek word which deals with intellect, parapsychology, things like that. What you would call occult, which only means hidden. So yeah,
I saw that in the chat. Elaborate on that, because when we start dealing with religion or any religious or spiritual beliefs and stuff, and first thing we see is the word occult, and it's been demonized the way you break it. You get scared. You're like, wait, occult, and could you elaborate on that? What the occult, the real meaning of it? You said hidden. You could break it down.
I don't know if everyone take it. Yeah, it just means hidden.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I know that people, because modern times, people might be doing nefarious things, and so people associate certain words with bad qualities, and it's not true. There's no shape that's evil. There's no geometric shape that's evil. It can be used for evil. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what's up is down, what's in is out, things like that. So we deal with science, mathematics, and geometry.
Right. That symbol you were talking about, that's also the Merkaba, right?
So I'm not quite sure. I don't really get into the Merkaba thing because our understanding when we okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes. But
Throne
I'm not
chariot.
sure if you guys could explain kind of like what the Merkaba teachings are, because ours is dealing with like height, length, and width, right? So it's like, the Nation of Islam, not Nation of Islam, I'm sorry, 5%ers will understand what we mean. So the vertical line would be man, or would be knowledge. The horizontal will be woman, or reflection, or wisdom. Then the angle would be the width. It's like a combination of the height and the vertical and the horizontal, because it could be boy or girl with the child, the understanding. Right, the word bayin for like children also is like a word for understanding. So it's dealing with the but it's dealing with this though. I don't know what the Merkaba really
Yeah, I just brought it up
teachings are.
because Priest has a song called Merkaba, and I
Throw
remember
me in it.
I remember looking it up. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh damn, that's a star. I mean,
Right.
it's not a star.
No, it's
but
the throne chariot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the fire throne chariot. I believe the Ophidim. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's going deeper into it. The way y'all break it down is a little bit different, but it's similar. Got some dope stuff. I like that though. Geometric side of it. And I was going to ask you about geometric too, because no one really goes into the science. Like I asked Tahuti one time, I said, a lot of people they speak on Ma'at and stuff, but what is Ma'at? What does it entail? What's the teachings of it? So y'all going deeper into what is it that makes you unique, and going deeper in the depths into the things that you build on. Like I hear a brother may speak a scripture, but what's the meat of it? Like, like the deeper interpretation of it.
Right. So, let me see if I can use one for an example.
Yeah, give me examples too.
Oh, okay. So, one, I actually have a lesson on this coming up. It's Exodus 35.
Okay.
Right. So, if can I grab it real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Let me be real quick.
Take it.
Let me know
One
if you need to share your screen. Let me know.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. Give me 1 second.
Wow, my thing just won't be quiet. Hold up. Let me see.
Priest, you blowing up.
I know this is crazy. It's like it's time to start. Let me see.
We got to get you.
1 second.
I know. Well, let me turn. Is this still retrograde?
Technically today's the last day, but we have 2 more weeks of shadow period.
No doubt.
All right. So,
It's gonna ask you to ask me for permission. I'm trying to find it in advance here, but Zoom changed where all the settings are. But if you click share, it'll pop up on my end.
okay, I see it.
Oh, here we
Send
go.
request. Yeah, I just did it.
Yep, multiple. Here we go. You should be good now.
How do you pick which one is sharing, or it just shares?
It'll ask you if you want to share the whole screen or a portion.
Oh, okay. I get you.
And then once you do share, let me know so I can unshare on this. It's gonna look different on our end. There we go.
All right.
Okay, cool. And let me switch that up. This.
All right. Let me know if y'all can see it. Everything cool.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me get it ready. 1 second. I have a whole presentation page here.
Open your mind, expand your mind, yo. I see my brother in there. Shout out to Solar Facts in the building. He said rockets to the nebula. No, be right.
Mm-hmm. Almost ready. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
We haven't done a presentation in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we good?
Almost. I don't know why it's popping up like that over there. 1 second. Let me do something else.
But I just want to say, Killah Priest said what sets us apart.
Yeah.
What set Torah nights apart. So when we talk about like the inward man or the dealing with the mind and the spirit, it's kind of like like inspiration or to be motivated, right? And then I'm gonna get in that in this scripture, Exodus 35.
All set.
Oh, you said we good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Right. So we're just gonna deal with a couple verses real quick.
Okay.
So, someone who just reads the Bible, right?
Right.
Reads the Bible and they're reading through it and they don't really know it, so they're kind of like, surface level.
Right.
This is verse 4. And Moses spoke to the entire community of the children of Israel, saying, this is a word that, sorry, you heard my son. This is the word that it says the Lord here, but Torah nights we go by Yahweh has commanded to say. Verse 5, take for yourselves an offering for the Lord or Yahweh. Every generous hearted person shall bring it. Namely, right, the Lord's offering gold, silver, and copper. Now, gold, silver, and copper can also be represented as knowledge, wisdom, or understanding. Right. Judah just brought up the shield, which the snowflake is also a shield. Right. The lily is in the shape of a shield. Also, the pomegranate, when it's picked off, it has a form of a shield, which is it's actually 7 points because there's a point in the middle. It has to sprout from the middle and then spread out. So gold would be knowledge. It's like an accumulation of facts, and then the silver would be like wisdom, the contemplation or the arranging or putting in order of the knowledge, or to move things around, to contemplate, to meditate upon. And then the copper would be like the byproduct, or like the after effect, or it's kind of like planting a seed for a tree, it growing, and then you producing the fruit, right? But one point that I wanted to focus on is this word here. It's a couple words actually. So right here, even though it has the dots and dashes, we don't go by the dots and dashes. That was made later. So it says Tarawama, which means like a gift, or like it's kind of like a sacrifice.
Oh, you read
like
it? Wow.
La Yahweh, which means to Yahweh, Kal, which is all, and Nadayab, right? Which comes from the root word Nadab, which means like a free will offering, or to volunteer, or to be motivated, or to have the spirit to go further, or to put your all into something, right? In this case, is to be a servant, right? Because remember, they were bringing all the products that was needed in order to make the sanctuary, which is what? The inward man, or the mind, or the spirit. So the Nadab, they had the will to do it. So they wasn't slacking or being lazy. They wanted to do the work. They wanted to improve, right?
Yeah.
And then also too, the gold, silver, and copper. In order to get like the best form of it, you have to what? Refine it. You have to get the purest form of it. It has to be refined. So burning off the dross, burning off what could be holding you back from whatever you might be struggling with. That's overcoming or prevailing, which is also what the temple, the instruction of the Torah is for man. It's an instruction. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that out. I didn't know if Judah wanted to bring some. Stop sharing.
Oh yeah, just so if you guys would have kept reading like further, there was like a point where there were like these fabrics that were like brought that were like turquoise, blue, white, and all that, right? But if you look at it, it's really talking about like the heavens, right? When the at various points of the day, the sky, the sky can be like, you got the sun and all that, which is a white light. Sometimes the sky is white or blue. When the sun's setting, you start getting like the crimson, the turquoise, what I'm saying? Like, so it's all the heaven, it's here. I saw somebody in the chat say, Yeshua, they call him Yeshua, said the kingdom of heaven is within. That's actually true, because the word kingdom, malak, also means information or counsel. So the counsel was within. You know what I mean? You got to bring it out. You got to draw it out. You got to get the bucket and pour, bring the water out, which is the Torah, and internalize it. But yeah, so the Torah is like an allegorical. But listen, allegory doesn't mean fake. People always say, well, that's not literal. Well, okay, but allegory doesn't necessarily mean that it's fake. It's just saying it's trying to teach a spiritual principle and has to use an allegory so that people who don't understand, Devi, I missed it too. The honeycomb. The honeycomb is also shaped in the form of the hexagon, which is really 7 points, and it's the strongest geometric shape. This is why the bees make it. So, right. So really, this is the sign of manifestation, right from the spiritual world to the physical world. Like a snowflake. The snowflake always 99% of the time shows up as a Shield of David geometric shape. But if anyone knows how it's formed, it goes through the hot current, the cold current, a dust particle, the ice forms around it. It goes to, and then it manifests on down the earth in the form of the shield. So yeah.
So it's science behind it. Geometrically, so it's science behind it. Man, for the untrained eye, how do y'all get this type of wisdom, man? That's good. You know what I'm saying? How many years it took you to figure this out, or it just happened? I mean, that's deep.
So it's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. So my mother, people see my mother, Saint Teresa. Right. That's my mother's name, Carol. And my mother had these weird abilities, which you would call psychic abilities, as a child, right? And she still does it today. So I guess I kind of inherited some of the abilities. And so I think it started around like 5 is when I started to, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I at 5 years old, I don't know. It's hard to explain. So by 14, I really started to perceive things, but I didn't understand because I still had a child's mind. But I stuck with, what was kind of like I was being shown. And by the time, I of course, living my life as a young man out and doing whatever. But when I moved to Japan and I kind of got away from, the foolishness I was into and began to, I had a little daughter and things, whatever, all of a sudden these things just started like coming to me. And y'all may not believe me, but like I would be like walking out in the street and raindrops would fall on me, but there would be no clouds. There's no rain. And these strange things. I began to learn the language. Just out the blue. Like, no, I didn't go to no one trained me in these things. They just began to be revealed to me. And I began to, I stopped doing music for 3 years it was like, to focus on what was being revealed to me. And then we started Torah Nights and we're here. And there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened from that time, which you would call UFOs and all this kind of stuff started coming down to us. I'm talking right in front of our car. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you, as God's my witness, in Canada, 2012, Nova Scotia, just crazy things started happening. And, and so we're here today with it, but yeah.
But you can't really knock that because rest in peace to Prodigy. Have you seen his documentary when he said that he was driving and me and Code 17 when she was up here was breaking that down where he said UAPs, they call them now. I don't know why they changed the name. Maybe you got some knowledge on that. I don't know why. But they changed the name to UAP. So it came down in front of his car and he said and the guy asked him straight up. It was just like, serious, sure that, and he said, "Yeah, man, I saw UAP, UFO." So yeah, why is that with musician? You're a musician also, right?
Yes. I'm a punk bassist. I make hip hop beats, of course, electronic beats. Have you heard the quote unquote Israelite music we make? I don't know what else to call it. We do it in 5/5 measure.
Israelite. 5/5
nice.
measure. That's AD. That's dope.
So instead of like a boom crack, it's more like a boom crack, like a boom boom boom. So right, it's like a 5/5 beat measure, and then we do it in the language. And people were like, what is this? We don't even know what to call it. But let me get back to the Prodigy thing. I did see that, and when I saw that, I was like, this is the same thing that happened to me. Because so in Nova, we had a major earthquake here in Japan in November. It was when was that? March. It was March 11, 2011. We had a major earthquake here in Japan, and our house. I'm talking this. It was like was it a 9? I think it was like a 9.2. We were in Sendai, if anyone knows, familiar with Japan.
Mm.
And literally, when you think you're about to pass away, I don't, you know what I mean? Because this house I've been through a few earthquakes before here, but this one was different, bro.
Mm.
I literally grabbed my daughter, but it was so bad that my ears were ringing. I was like, it was just so bad. But we moved. So we had the earthquake. There was a tsunami, and there was like a radiation issue with Fukushima. If anyone remembers that, there was like a power plant that was pretty much exploding, and it was a danger to to everybody because the water was even leaking to California. If anyone remembers that.
Mm-hmm.
So we wound up moving back to Cleveland, and then we wound up moving to Canada. So I have an uncle that's in this religion that whatever they practice, what you would call the occult stuff or whatever. But the house was, there was things going on that would bother my spirit, and that was it was manifesting physically. I have a condition now. It was urticaria, if anyone knows what that is. Now I have angioedema. So anyways, this house we were in where my uncle and aunt practice whatever they're into started to affect my spirit. And so I prayed, and I was like, if you hear me, can you show me a sign? And literally, and I was praying hard too. So literally, it was very strange. Me and my wife were driving. My uncle went back to the States for his daughter's family reunion or something or whatever, right? So we were staying in their house in Canada. And we were driving on the freeway, and there was a lady walking on the freeway carrying a basket, or walking with a basket and flip-flops. And on the freeway, you guys, like, it's about to get dark. So we are very charitable people. We try to help everyone. We wound up giving this lady a lift back to her house, which was like 40-minute drive. I don't know how she was going to get back there. On our way back, it was very strange. She was very strange. I'm not in a, it was a very peculiar situation. It was very strange. So on the way back home, me and my wife are talking, and we're like, that was a strange situation. All of a sudden, we see this big orange light in front of the car. So my heart starts beating fast because your subconscious knows that this is not earthborn. And I'm like, is that the sun? So we're looking at it, and it's moving, and it's bright as get out. It's glowing like bright. I'm talking like bright. But the sun's setting to the left of us. And we're like, are we looking at what we're looking at? So my wife gets all scared. We pull into a gas station, and there's a female cop in there, and we're like, hey, did you guys hear anything about anything flying in the air? And of course they look at me crazy, and I get embarrassed, and I get in the car, and we leave. We go home. My wife's like, I'm not leaving the house. Like, she didn't leave the house for unless she absolute necessary, because she was scared to death of what we saw. So my wife's mother, aunt, and grandmother came to Canada to visit, to kind of get out of Japan and see. We're on our way to pick them up at the airport, and I remember we're listening to Most Def mixtape. It was Most Def mixtape and J Electronica. What the F is a J Electronica? We had those on repeat this summer. This is like right. This is all we listened to 2012.
Right.
All of a sudden, I look out it's nighttime. I'm in the passenger seat, and I see something kind of like above our car, and I'm thinking it's a helicopter or an airplane. So I kind of like look out the passenger window. It's nighttime, and I turn down the music, and I'm looking, and I'm like, man, there's something above our car. And I keep looking, and all of a sudden a light comes on, and it spins blue, spins red, spins white. So I could see the shape of what was above the car. Remember, we turned the music down. There was no noise whatsoever. None. No noise. Like, rubber, right? So we pick up. We're scared to death. My wife is, she's scared to death. We pick up her family. We're driving back home on the freeway. This thing is waiting for us. Like waiting for us, and it doesn't like touch ground, but it's like basically not too far from the ground, kind of like to our left, right? And what we noticed is people don't see them, or we were on the freeway with the first time we saw it. We were driving next to somebody, and we're like pointing at this thing, like, look, and the person looks at us like we're crazy. So I'm like, okay, this person doesn't see what we're looking at. So we come to almost a complete stop. We're kind of cruising to maybe like 5 miles per hour. And this thing is sitting right in front of the car. And because it was nighttime, we couldn't tell what color it was, but it appeared to be black, but it didn't appear to be solid, so to speak. So the family, they don't speak any English. They're like, "What's that? Is that an UFO?" They call it an UFO, right? UFO. Mm. And me and my wife are like, "Yes, we don't." What how else, we didn't know what else to say. So I'm like, you know what? No one's gonna believe this. Let me get my camera. My little daughter's back there. Her 3 relatives. She's driving in a gray Jeep Cherokee. Mm. The grandmother is like, "No, let's go. Like, get out of here." And that was our encounters. Just like Prodigy had described it, it was the same. The lights started spinning. It was the size of a house.
Wow.
It was the size of a house. It looked like a plasma screen, without the picture. It was like a liquid metal, like if you threw a rock at it, it was hard to explain, but it was beautiful. It was very quiet. I was gonna walk up to it. Maybe that was foolish, but I was gonna walk up to it. The grandmother was like, "No, let's go." So yeah, it's rest in peace of Prodigy.
Wow, that makes some noise. But you know what though, AD and Judah, when they speak on the term the rainbow body, right, and out of body experiences and things like that, they be explaining it and they be serious, real serious about these encounters. I'm gonna tell you something. Before I did the show today, before AD had picked me up, I saw something kind of interesting. That was kind of crazy. This before y'all two. I went to Starbucks. You know what I mean? yeah. I went to Starbucks. Well, and it was two guys there, right? And they were just smiling. They were like looking at me, man. They kept staring at me. And I'm trying to listen to something on my headphones, some beats and stuff, trying to get into a movement before I get on the Podcraft, just getting the vibe. And these 2 guys, one guy wouldn't talk, and this one other guy kept speaking to me, kept saying, "Yo, you again. I know you from somewhere, right?" So I'm thinking maybe he noticed my face or something like that. I get that here and there. But he kept saying, "No, I know you. Well, I know you from around here." And he kept smiling. And at the time I didn't know, but he says it was his brother, the other guy. And he says, "Yo, we're twins. One had an afro and one was bald-headed," right? And it was strange. But they both wear chains that said in Hebrew, Yahweh, right? So they both had chains. One had black and the other had silver. This is right before the show. So I noticed that, and he goes, I said, "I see a chain." He goes, "Jehovah." And he goes, "No, these are just chains for me and him." And they said, where you headed? Do you got a show? Don't I saw you on YouTube or seen you, something like that? And I was just like, "Well, you could join my Podcraft. The name is Killah Priest." And it was like, "Spell that out, Killah Priest." He came over and he says, "I got raps." For real, no doubt. But I just remember an old story that says, because they was sitting there, they was staring at me the whole time. And then I had to go get with AD, but I thought that was strange because I couldn't listen to my music. And that's what usually get me into the flow. Before talking to y'all brothers, y'all coming on, it was just like weird that these cats, they didn't look like twins to me, but they were twins. They said they were twins. One was afro, the other was bald. So I said, "Y'all fraternal twins?" He said, "No, we are identical," right? And he just said he rapped. But I just remember an old saying from my grandmother back in the days, and it comes from a biblical scripture. It says, "Beware of who you entertain." And I thought about that when I was leaving out. And that's why it's so remarkable, because you and Davion came on. And I just was like, wow, that's wild. But I thought about that at that instant. Like, you never know the vibe. And you have mystic speakers who speak on, like I said, the rainbow body. And they speak on the star seeds. So you and Prodigy, in a way, are aligned. Things like this happen. Some people call it magic. Some people call it, different with the K on it. But I'm not here. I just wanted to add that story. before I came on with you two brothers, and right now is a good vibe because I feel the vibration and good energy coming from off. That's dope.
You probably gave them a good vibe though too. They're probably really honored to meet you.
Yeah, they were. They were smiling at me, and the way he approached me, he goes like, "Oh, we meet again." You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was.
So he saw you before.
That's what he said. Yeah. I don't remember ever seeing him in my life.
Well, maybe from Starbucks.
So a lot of people see me, and maybe I don't acknowledge them, but their presence this time I'll never forget them because he came up to me and he spoke to me like that, and I was like, "Wow, that's kind of wild," you know. What do you say about that, Judah?
I'm sorry for. So I actually, my thing says low network. Is that me? Low network bandwidth? Is that me?
Probably. If you see that, just make sure your other programs are closed.
Spinning with no
yeah, this is the only thing I have open. I don't even have a LAN cable thingy in my computer. That's crazy. I'm in Japan.
Okay.
So I had a similar experience like that too. For anybody familiar with Cleveland Heights, there was a place called City Books I used to work at, and this guy, I worked there. This guy comes in. He had an afro, and he had this like, it's hard to describe. He had this like, I don't want to call it outfit, like garments on that was like a maroonish red and gold. So he didn't come upstairs and to look at books. He just stayed down in the bottom looking at like little pamphlets or whatever. And at this point, I'm like, I already knew like what my path was or whatever. But like in Cleveland, Israelites are like, it mixed them with like Rastas and stuff or whatever. Anyway, so I was always fascinated by Ethiopia. I love Ethiopia, right? And I thought this guy might have been an Ethiopian or something. I don't know. Anyway, I asked him about like Haile Selassie, what he thought about him, whatever. And he would never look at me. He would just never look at me. And he was like, "Young brother, why do you ask about things without? Why don't you seek things within?" And he just turned around and walked out. Like, and I just never forgot this guy. He just looked like a person that I've never seen before. Like his garments were like beautiful. I don't know, like I can't describe what, like, he wasn't in like I don't even know how to describe it. His garments were like full down to the feet, like a beautiful reddish, like a blood red with gold trim. He would just never look at me in the face. He would just like smile and just never look at me in the face. Like, brother, why do you talk about things without? Why don't you look for things within? I never forgot that. This is like 1997, Cleveland, Ohio. So yeah, I had similar experiences. It was weird. Yeah.
What about you, Davion?
Well, this story is crazy because it's right after my I think it was right after me and my wife got married, and then about 2 weeks later, my mom ended up passing away. So I remember it was during winter. We had got married back in May, and then my mom ended up passing away like 2 weeks later, right? So during that whole year, we had been going through a whole bunch, man. We was in an apartment, the ceiling almost fell on our head, and it was crazy. But I remember I was staying at her parents' house, and it was snowing, and I came home from work. So I pulled up, and it was like, I don't know, it was just weird. I felt real good that day. It was like I was just at peace, right? So remember, Judah showed the shield earlier, right? It's also in the form of a snowflake. So
pull up a snowflake too. I want to see that. Snow.
Yeah, in the form of a snowflake. So little later on that night, me and my wife, Kiana, we were just chilling, and then her brother ended up walking in. So rest in peace to her brother. He passed away a few years ago. But he walked in and he was like, "Hey, yo, somebody drew on your truck." I had a 98, it was a 98 GMC, it was green. My stepdad ended up giving it to me. It was a V8, I remember. And he was like, "Yo, it looked like somebody drew on your truck." And I was like, "What you mean?" So I went outside, I looked at it, and it was like nobody else saw it. It was just me, Kiana brother, and Kiana. It was just us. So we looked at the cameras. Nobody came by. Nobody drew nothing on the truck. it was in the perfect shape of a shield, like a perfect shape, perfect snowflake, everything. I have the picture on my phone.
Mm.
It was like nobody walked by, nobody did anything, right? So he was like, "Yo, it look like somebody drew on your truck," and I was like, "Hold up!" I walked outside. Right, me and Kiana,
That's it.
we stood there, we looked at each other, and we was like, it ain't no, God is real, bro. It ain't no, like, how can you explain that? You can't. I didn't even have the words for it. I was just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, because the shield means like protection, Magan. It was like protection, or it also could be like might, or like shielded, right? So after we was like going through all this stuff, and then it's like one day it was just like, okay. And then the power even went out. The power was out. It was cold. It had to be like -1. I'm in St. Louis and the temperature is always crazy.
Oh, shout
But
out to
yeah,
that
we
valley.
walked outside, we looked at the truck. He was like, yo, it's a shield on my truck. I couldn't explain it. I don't, I just, all I can say is, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I didn't even have the words for it.
Fire, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I took a picture of it though. I still have it on my phone, and my wife can attest to it. But her brother ended up passing away a couple years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That was an amazing story.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's an amazing story.
Amazing.
You see how all of those connect in a wild. Yeah, AD's. Yeah, that's our man. When he came on here, man, we got to get him on here again. Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Yeah, exactly. But that's deep, the way that all these things are connect and stuff like that, and it brought y'all two together and kicking it. Yo, how do you feel about the Book of Enoch? Anyone of y'all?
I love the Book of Enoch.
Oh wow.
I don't know why it gets a lot of like back talk. I get it because it was translated into other languages, but we're talking like it was like the astronomical part is amazing.
Wow.
We are also avid fans of the Dead Sea Scrolls, also, which has the Book of Enoch in it. It doesn't have it the full copy, so I think the full copy you might get might be the Armenian and the Ethiopic translation, and there's an Arabic one too, but the translation has some mistakes. But it's an amazing. I think the Book of Enoch is an amazing book. It's in the Dead Sea Scrolls. If anyone's familiar with the Dead Sea Scrolls, I'm sure Killah Priest, you saw us debating.
Yeah.
I think I debated Brother JJ on the central figure of the Dead Sea Scrolls, Onias III. He's a enigmatic figure.
Yeah.
But it's a
A lot of people not up on the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls. And that entails. What about Ethiopia? So wait a minute, hold on. I'm going too fast because y'all got me open right now. Y'all got it going on, man. I like what y'all so far, man. I like what y'all teach. That's kind of dope. That's the Dead Sea Scrolls right there. Do you?
Yes.
What language was that?
So we had our own form of Aramaic.
Okay.
I mean, so there was like the lingua franca Aramaic, which the people spoke for trade and business. But when you read the Dead Sea Scrolls, it's like a different form of Aramaic that we had spoken with a lot of was in it that weren't necessarily used in the lingua franca form. But was the W.
Okay.
The sixth letter. And so for anyone who doesn't know,
that's like dope right there. That's crazy.
There was a guy called Onias III who is mentioned in the Bible. He's mentioned in the book of Daniel chapter 11. And where else is he at? He's in Daniel. Oh, he's in Daniel 9 verse 26. And he's also he's in the book of Maccabees. Was that chapter 4? I think, if I'm not mistaken. He's in the book of Maccabees, if anyone is familiar with that. And he's also called the teacher of righteousness. So he was like Christians don't get offended. He was like a Jesus before Jesus, right? So he lived in the BC age. I think he passed away in like 175 BCE, and he lived during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, Antiochus IV. That's what the Dead Sea Scrolls. The central figure is Onias III. who is also mentioned in the Bible. Yeah.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, and also too, Onias the Third. There's books. There's a book written. I think it's the Temple of Onias, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of it. But his son actually, also during the time of Ptolemy, they let him go to. If I'm mistaken, it was Heliopolis. We went there, and he actually built the temple, right? But it wasn't like the actual temple. But he also built the temple, so he had children. Onias the Third had children. So.
Onias the Third.
I think it was during Ptolemy the Sixth. So they kept trying to jack his name. His own brother jacked his name, Onias the Fourth. And then another guy named Menelaus jacked his name. He was Onias the Fifth. And then Onias the Third's son, who went to Egypt and built the temple in Heliopolis. And there's you can look it up. This is historical. They do excavations. They built it on a former platform of Bubastis, which is like the cat goddess of Egypt, of Kemet. And this is during the Ptolemy the Sixth and Cleopatra. I think they gave him permission, and he built a temple there in Heliopolis.
Man, that was a wealth of knowledge y'all just showered down. Let me get my umbrella. Man, y'all went in through it, man. That's heavy. So it's safe to say it's okay. A lot of people they throw away the Book of Enoch and they say all this new stuff, but the Book of Enoch kind of validates. If it validates some of the stories in the Bible, which ones? Give me an example.
Well, I was gonna say too, Enoch also talks about the Watchers, right? You know what I'm saying? The Watchers also talks about giants. There's
the Watchers
stories in the Torah about giants, which actually some of them actually survived the flood, because when Israel was getting ready to go into the land and they went to go spy it out, then they saw the offspring of the Nephilim. The offspring, the sons of the giants. So some of them were still, was still there. So
that's a popular subject right now. Go ahead, Judah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be long-winded. For anybody, but a lot of people out there try to discredit and say, "Oh, there are no giants." There are other people besides Israelites that also attest to it. Ancient Egyptian writings also attest to giants. I did we confounded these guys. If you ask people, well, where are the Emim, Nephilim, Anakim, who you call the Anunnaki, Zamzumim, where are they in Genesis 10 in the Book of Nations? And nobody can tell you. So that tells you, like the Book of Enoch, Watchers came down and they
right.
That's what it is.
That's okay. And what book is that? The Watchers. That's dope. Which book is that mentioned that you could correlate it together? Do you remember?
In the Book of Enoch, I don't remember the chapter, but it's also in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Oh, sorry.
Not in the Book of Enoch, in the Bible, I believe.
Oh, was it Numbers?
Numbers. Okay.
Numbers 13.
Yeah.
Numbers 13.
I threw that to you. I tossed that to you. I know y'all know. I threw that for backhand. That was a little pitch to y'all. I knew y'all was gonna knock that right out the park. Yeah,
like Reggie Ball.
exactly, man. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy right there. So it's safe to say that you could get into things like that, as well as the geometric and people dealing with occult and things like that. If you're dealing with what's that right there? Is that what you were talking about? The giants? Native America and Native speaks on the people with 6 fingers, right? 6 fingers or something like that. It's heavy. That's heavy. Oh, so y'all about that life. The shield. Let's break down that shield again. The snowflake. I kind of like that. There are other shapes in there, and I know that the snail has one, right? This snail has a circle. You break it out of beehive. Could you elaborate on that? The snail, maybe the snail shell and things like that. Of that nature.
So I think that, I don't know if Devion knows. Well, I'm not sure of the correct term. I'm sure you would know the correct term for it. Not pi. It's not. Is it the pi? I think
the golden ratio.
Yeah, yes, the golden ratio.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I mean, how do you? I mean, this is the spiral. I mean,
Well,
these are. How do you explain these things?
Looks like an earlobe too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's deep.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. Man, so the star, the shield of David. What's the correct way to say it? The star, the shield.
I would say the shield, because stars are generally round. When you go into the word kawakab,
right,
it signifies a circle, right? So I think they're like the stars might be the same shape as like the other heavenly bodies, just circles, but they shine, they radiate. So people think that they're like, we think of stars, we think of like these like darting rays, but they're probably just as circular as the other heavenly bodies, of light.
Okay, let's get a little bit more deep and darker. I know it's for light for you, but we talked about it. So y'all don't really deal. Do you deal with who they call Yahweh Shah or the Messiah or Christ? Christ.
I thought Debian was on it. So I've actually had debates versus Christians where I would we do know the New Testament very well. And you guys know that the book of Mark is the earliest book, right? And his teachings, his teachings, if you for those who are, I'm gonna use the word initiated, I'm sorry, I got to use it, trained up, or if you don't like that word, those who are brought in, I don't know how else to say it, but those who know, who see, who perceive, right? He says these things that for those who understand what I'm gonna use, science only means knowledge, right? So those who understand the science, you're like, wow, like this guy knew the science, because he would like say things again. He would be like, the kingdom of heaven or the council is within, or he would say things like, there are some standing here who shall not taste death before, you know what I'm saying, the Son of Man comes, or how, I forgot how he worded it, but that would mean like, according to, if you take it literally, it sounds like people are gonna be living for thousands of years or something.
Right.
But that's not what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? So he would like say these things that like King David would know, Moses would know, Onias III would know. He remember his disciples said, Master, like, why do you talk to the people in parable? Because his depth of knowledge, wisdom, understanding was so deep that the common man didn't know what he was talking about. So he had to talk to them, as my brother Rob Rack would say, talk to them like they were 7 years old. So you know what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven is like a tree, and the such and such, and the some fall to the stony ground. You know what I mean? So we deal with that. But for the Christians and brothers out there and Hebrew Israelites, y'all know what we mean when we say Messiah. We're talking about offices like king and high priest. But Yahweh Shah, Joshua, and the Nazarene, he could have been anointed with the Spirit. Obviously, him and his brother or cousin, John the Baptist, were clearly enlightened men, as opposed to the others who were just ritualists without any spirit, who were just doing outward things, but there was no inward meaning. So we appreciate them for that as an Israelite.
It's cool. They was just cool cats that had some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Slide through the hood. Slide through the hoods back to, well, I got you. So what do you feel about John the Baptist? You know what's crazy? Go ahead. You first.
I mean, we don't. I'm sorry. Well, we don't have very many writings in the New Testament of John teaching.
Right.
Even though he still has people, I forgot what they're called. They still follow. They think that John was the Messiah.
Is the Essenes?
Right? No. So the Essenes were that's Onias III's followers. It means healers. The Essenes.
Oh, right.
They're called the I think it starts with an M. Like in Jordan or something, or Syria, there's a people that say that John the Baptist is the Messiah. But
I've heard that. Yeah.
Mandians.
The Mandians. Wow.
Mandians, I think that's the
wow.
term, I'm not for sure. So, but yeah, man, I think that they were like for their generation. I think that they were like, I forgot who said this. I don't know if you guys know this. Well, I'm sure you guys do. Have you guys heard of the Kali Yuga, the Great Year, in like Hinduism?
In Hindu, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's like 25,000. Yeah. It's like 25,920 years. if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mhm.
It's still going to add up to 9. I want y'all to know that 9 is the number. You know, we used to have the Shield of David with the 9 in the center. That was the old logo, because
Mm.
you know, if you multiply 9 by anything, it's always going to be 9, right? So just that's your one. Like, you know, again, remember you got your 360, then double that 720, triple that 1080, and 144, right? With the 0, it's all 9. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So
Boy.
yeah, so
Gotta give you a bar for that. Going through the math. Go ahead. Don't let me stop you. Nah, that was deep. That was deep. I want to break your wisdom, but that was heavy. That was heavy right there. Oh, Nasus, go ahead. Come in, Davion.
No, I was just gonna say also too, with 9, it says, well, was it Isaiah? Was it Isaiah? I can't think of scripture off the top of my head right now, but it says Israel will be saved with an eternal salvation, or like an everlasting salvation, which the word is tasha'ah, right? Or shawa'ah, which means salvation, but tasha'ah also means 9,
Right. Look at AD.
which is, you know, it's like the, you know, the revolving, or like the, you know, the returning or the coming back.
Davion, you take me as a brother who speaks the language and can read it. Can you? It sounds like you have a lot of words. I want to say it like that. Hebrew words that you know. That's kind of dope. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm not gonna say like I'm an expert, or like I know every word like right off bat, but I'm an avid, you know, translator of, you know what I'm saying, of the Torah.
Oh, that's dope.
You know,
Walking in place.
I study the language.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Walk into a spot, just hit somebody like shalom. That's kind of deep. That's kind of heavy. Universal language, peace. So that's kind of heavy, man. I'm loving where it's, man. I'd like to have a just conversation at this point. And both of you deal with music too, right? On a side note,
Yes, sir.
both of you.
yes.
How long you been doing beats? And then I'm gonna come to Davion about MCing. Or do you do beats too?
I do make beats. I make beats too.
Okay, all right. Is that influence? Does that trickle into your music? Like the knowledge that you know, do you put it in? Do you trickle it inside of your music, or you keep it separate?
I trickle it. I put it in there, here and there.
Right.
It'll be like jewels,
Yeah.
but I'll try to find like a clever way to say something, and not
Right.
just like, because, you know, it's like hidden.
Right.
So if you just put it out there,
Cool.
you know, it's not, you know, whenever I write music, when I'm writing, I like to think about it. So when I put it on wax, it's like, you know what I'm saying, I want other people to think about it too, pretty much.
Nice. That's deep. Judah, you said something earlier. I just want to cut in on it. You said something earlier about the hertz. That was kind of fire. You said you did something when you changed the beat to a 5.5. What was it? So I get it right.
Yeah. 5/5 measure.
Yeah.
5/5 time signature.
Yeah. What is that? Because I'm not.
So most of your hip hop beats are in 4/4. Sometimes they're in 6/8. You know what I mean? Which Outkast has done a 6/8 one before, which is cool. But 5 isn't very common in hip hop. The most common one that's a standard in jazz is called take 5.
Right.
And that would be like so it's the drum pattern that's like kind of, it's different, you know what I mean? But it's still a style.
Yeah.
You know?
So I know a group named Take 6. That's some
6 was just going to 6/8. So
Take 6 was a singing group.
Oh,
They used
wow.
to wear. They used to wear these. They used to wear dress shirts, right, with shorts and boots, right? And they used to sing "Take 6." Right? You know, you remember them? Yeah, they would say, and they would always be like this harmonies, like boom boom ba ba. Remember with Boys to Men? Like,
Yeah, I remember.
Da 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 da. But Take 6 would like take that to the next level, right? So is that why they said Take 6, because it was some of that harmony or something? Judah?
I'm familiar with the name, but I'm not familiar with their like music. I'm not. I think it was the R&B group. my dad played a lot of like Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Gap Band and stuff, whatever. So he kind of like got me off of R&B. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
But,
that's soul music, right?
Well, I like soul music, but traditional, well, not traditional, like the modern R&B. Remember that when Color Me Bad and you know, all that. I mean, I like Boys II Men and all that, but you know what I'm talking about, our generation's R&B.
I got you.
At that point I started getting into like heavy metal and like punk and death metal and stuff. So you know, but that also incorporated that in my music style, and then so it's, you know, and I'm able to then start playing bass for a punk band. We were all black punk band.
Oh wow. Okay.
I was writing the music. I can drum. You know, my wife's a trained musician as well. Wow. And but you know, I also, well, I'm 51 now, and I stopped. My birthday was July 19th. You know, so I made it.
Happy belated.
Happy belated.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I almost didn't make it. You know, y'all know I got stabbed multiple times. I almost didn't make it to 25, but I did. You know, I made it to 51. So praise y'all. But
Area. I'll call you Area 51.
Yeah. But I started. So my first. I started rhyming first. I would say 2000. Not 2000. What am I talking about? 1988. I wrote my first rhyme. Rochester, New York. Also live in upstate New York, near between Buffalo and Rochester. And so I wrote my first rhyme there. Yeah. Griselda too. All them. So I'm from that area. And so I wrote my first rhyme. I remember my fondest memory. Now, the first time I had heard hip hop, I know it's not trying to transition or whatever, but I got to tell the story because it plays such a impact in my life.
Shout out to Jeremiah Judah. He's in the chat.
Shout out to JJ 7000. Shout out to JJ. To, you know, peace of the brother. But I got to tell you guys this. So I went to a foster home in like 1983, 84. And I was like the youngest kid in the in the foster home. And so the foster mother, she was also a school teacher, and her daughter lived with her and her oldest son. And so me and my sister and like other foster kids were there, whatever. Anyways, I grew up listening to my dad's music, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Gap Band, you know, whatever he liked, you know, whatever, right? We didn't, you know, I didn't know about my own music. So one day we get in the car and we hear, cause, and I'm like, what am I heard, no, first hip hop song I heard was The Message, but I didn't know what hip hop was. I'm a little kid. Right. But so I hear Rock Box and Sucker MCs for the first time in the car. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what am I listening to? Right. So the foster son, the oldest one, the real son, he would take me to the basketball court where they would shoot hoops. So that was my first introduction to like hip hop, 1984, where I was like loving what I was hearing. I had saw Rock Box, or you know, wait.
They took the summer, yo. That took the summer.
Where Larry Smith was producing for them. If anyone, you know, I'm a hip hop historian. If y'all, you know, right. Anyway,
I'm feeling
so
that. Yeah.
I moved to Boston, and I had got my first hip hop tape that I had bought. It was LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer. So I played the mess out of that tape. But there was always his older brother. He would always walk down the street with these headphones. He'd always be bobbing his head. He'd be like, come here, young brother, listen to this. So he put the headphones on me. This is like 88 at this point. It's 87, 88. And it was Rakim. Now I'm like totally Def Jam everything. Beastie Boys, Public Enemy, LL, you know, or whatever. So, you know, I'm just listening to the, you know, the hard guitars, you know, the hard snares. I'm Def Jammed out. He puts these headphones on me. I hear Rakim for the first time. I'm like, you know, not understanding what Rakim's talking about at the depth of what he, you know, I'm listening, you know what I mean? 2 years ago, a friend of mine, and LL, you know, he LL was a good lyricist for the time, but you know, Rakim was another level at this point, right? So I'm 12, 13, I'm not getting it. But he'd be like, all right, young bro. He would just take his headphones, put it back on, and just bob his head and keep walking down the street. I'm going back to Bigger and Deffer. Shout out to LL Cool J. I love you. You know what I mean? I love music.
A bad thing.
But yes, I got to put that up there.
Right.
So I moved to New York, and I hear Follow the Leader. And I'm like, what am I listening to? I'd never heard anything like this before in my life. It wasn't that Def Jam. Whatever. So at that point, I'm listening to, you know, Rakim, Special Ed, Public Enemy, MC Light, Audio 2, KRS-One, Just Ice. I'm listening to all that. This is all new to me. This is, I'm just no more Def Jam, as much. Cool Mo D, And so I began to write my first rhyme. And to answer your question, I had bought this drum machine. And at that point, drum machines were getting kind of like the one. It wasn't like the MP and all that. It was like I forgot the name of the drum machine I had, but it had an 808 thing on it. Anyway, and I would just be like banging on the keys or whatever. But I couldn't like sequence or whatever. So I got Reason. If anyone knows Reason software, where I begin to you draw your notes in. So that was right up my alley. It's very tedious and it takes a long time. And so then I started sampling. And so I stopped playing the bass, the punk band, and then I started like making beats. So this is around 2005-ish, 6-ish. But I was still rapping though. I was still battle rapping, going from town to town. Whoever listen, my producer, he was RZA'd out. RZA was Lord and Savior. Bro, so when I'm rapping over, we're RZA, like bootleg RZA beats.
Yeah.
But he's recording me. Right. And so he would bring rappers over and I would have to battle them. And he's recording me the whole time. So we go over there, whatever. And he would be playing. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, what? That's me. But yeah, so to answer your question, I'm sorry, I'm long-winded. I started making beats around like, I don't even know what year, but 2006-ish, 7.
Yeah.
I didn't have any equipment until I came to Japan, and that was 2008. So officially, I started really hammering down around 2008 with the beats.
That's kind of like, because rock played a lot of good parts in the hip hop beats. Like when you said Run DMC, most part was disco, but you had that rock part in there because I remember that. What you talking about? That Suck MCs, AD. When I said hug the summer, it hugged, embraced, and that's why everybody tries to take over the summer because the way that Run DMC, that Suck MCs beat just hugged the summer. It tranquilized me. It was like, what is this? It beat up every track that was on it. I don't care what you was listening to. Here and now, it's just like. It just beat down old. I love Luther Vandross, but it beat down everybody. It was I was like, man, what is that, man? Okay, all right, let's move on to Davion. Your Genesis? Your Genesis.
Okay. I would say it started when I was real young, probably maybe 7, 8, around that time. But it wasn't like as far as my MCing, it wasn't like the level it was on now. I was writing about stuff that was going on in my life as a kid during that time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
so I remember my mom had this boyfriend and he had a son. His name his rap name was J-Rod. He was way older than me. Dude, when I was 7 or 8, he was probably 16, 17, something like that. And he had a homie named Cold Case. Rest in peace, Cold Case. He actually got killed. The computer was in my room, so I used to come in my room and record. It was like one of them cheap microphones, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was like plastic. You gotta fold it up.
Yeah.
You can plug it in with a 3.5 millimeter jack. So when they would be in there recording, they had the rubber band with the towel around it, for the pop filter. So I remember he had this beat. I don't remember where he got his beats from. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes the beats be whack. But he asked me to write a hook one time. And it was like, I got hundreds and fifties, you got dimes and pennies. I remember when I wrote that down. And then from there, it kind of branched off into something bigger to where because I actually started making beats probably around 10 or 11. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had FL Studio on the computer. So I would just go in there and mess with sounds and put stuff in, mess with their arpeggiators and stuff. But I didn't really have a, you know what I'm saying, a sense of how to sequence it and stuff. It sounded crazy. Right. So later on, also too, I was my bad, I'm speeding. Also too, you know, I used to be with my grandma a lot, so she'd be over there. You know, she liked to dance, so she played music. She would play the Gap Band. She played Marvin Gaye. She had a LL Cool J albums.
Right.
She had a whole bunch of different stuff. So we would just be over there rocking out. And I think that's where I started to listen to like a lot of older music too. And then, you know, with my mom, she used to listen like to the radio stuff. So I went in the car with her. She would listen to like Rihanna and Nelly, because I'm from St. Louis. I used to play Nelly crazy.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So, you know, Nelly and all that.
No
But
Chingy?
oh, they played Chingy too for sure. My auntie actually used to date Chingy, but
Oh really?
but yeah, Chingy too.
Yeah.
But like you know what I'm saying, that type of yeah, you know what I'm saying, it was cool for like that time, but like that type of music, it never really like stuck with me.
Mm.
But I remember it like as I got older, I ain't gonna lie, I went through like a drill rap phase, and I was like listening to that, and I was like, ah. At some point, bro, I stopped listening to it because I used to live in the projects of St. Louis. Anybody know Bartmer, Holdemont? It's like West Side St. Louis.
Mm.
Delmar, we was over there. So when I moved out to the suburbs to like St. Charles, I was staying with my aunt. You know what I'm saying? I met one of my homies, Austin. And you know what I'm saying? He played all different type. I was like, bro, I wasn't like exposed to this type of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Or rap. So I, you know what I'm saying? I started listening to like, you know, I was listening to Kendrick Heavy, Big L. Well, everybody know Biggie and Pac. And of course I knew them. I knew Rakim, you know, Eric B, also Benny Siegel, Cool G Rap, like all them, you know. And then you know, you got the J. Cole, like old school J. Cole, like before he even started coming out with Friday Night Lights, when he had Truly Yours mixtapes. So you know what I'm saying? So I was listening to that, and then out of nowhere, I was like, yo, man, I was like, I'm gonna get back into this music thing. So I had this composition notebook, and I started writing my rhymes in, no beat, no nothing. So I would just write. I still do that to this day. And then I'll like pick a flow, you know what I'm saying? I'll listen to a beat and then like spit my verse that I already got, you know what I'm saying? So I used to just like pen with no beat. And then I was like, yo, I was in a group with my homie Austin. We called it DNA because my name Davion, his name Austin, so we called it DNA. And
that's hard.
we were, you know what I'm saying, we were making music, we were like popping, but he was like started slacking a little bit. So then I just started making music on my own. And I was like, yo, I can't be using, you know what I'm saying? He's like, what me? So then I started making my own. And then I came out with a mixtape called Unique. And you know, I am a college dropout. I did 2 years at a community college. But then, you know what I'm saying, I was like, this ain't really for me, because like I'm self-taught. Like I know how to build computers, you know what I'm saying? I know how to do some coding, but not that much coding. Like a lot of stuff like I learned to do on my own because I'm an only child. So I was, you know, as an only child, you got toys and you know, or whatever else to play with, or video games, you know what I'm saying?
I already know, man. I've been an only child my whole life. It's great.
You know what I mean?
I love it. It's the best.
Now AD's got OnlyFans.
Man. All I have are fans. I got all fans.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I used to be with my cousins a lot and stuff, and we be kicking it with them and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how it started. And I started making beats, and I got a piano, and it had a drum pad on it, and then I just started investing more in studio equipment, and then I built it into something that what it is now. So, and I ain't never done learning. I can always learn more. You want to say something?
I'm glad
Oh no! If you go ahead. I just want to add on to what Killah Priest was saying. Too, you know, so if it's strange for you guys when you guys hear about like the punk stuff, you know, if you guys remember, you know, they used to wear the it was like disco. It's like part of it was like a disco kind of thing in New York, you know, right? The early hip hop, you know, was
yeah.
like you know, it was like a kind of a disco thing, but there was still like a punk element as well in early hip hop in New York. With the was it CBGBs?
Yeah.
I forgot, maybe it was the club. You know what I'm talking about? And I'll give you an example, right?
Right.
One day I wanted to have like
people.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, that
Cowboy.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Mix from that also he was in 2 Live Crew. Mr. Mix.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Also, the Beastie Boys originally were a punk group.
Well, I can see that. I definitely can see
Pollywogs
that.
too.
Yeah.
With Mike D.
Yeah. I can definitely
I actually
see that.
have some rare, like early unreleased Beastie Boy stuff where like MCA is like spitting, like you know, they like to play around. Where MCA, Adam Young, rest in peace, was spitting. And people don't know Ad Rock actually, quote unquote, discovered LL Cool J with Rick Rubin.
Who's that again?
King Ad Rock. He actually, I'm using the word discovered.
Yeah.
They were going through the demos and he found LL's demo.
Interesting.
So Ad Rock is kind of responsible for LL, you know, joining on Def Jam.
Oh.
But you know, I wanted to mention too, you know, I'll give you an example. Public Enemy's second album, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. If you listen to the production from the Bomb Squad, right? It's the Bomb Squad on the beats. There's a song called She Watched Channel Zero. If you know where that sample comes from, that's actually Slayer, Angel of Death.
Huh.
Right? Remember, the Slayer was the only heavy metal group on Def Jam at the time.
Yeah.
I gotta get somebody for you. You were on point. All right, go ahead.
There's another beat from Black Flag. If anyone knows who Black Flag, Henry Rollins. Rise Above is the name of the song. I forgot what song on Public Enemy, but they also sampled that on Public Enemy's thing. And this is a punk band, Black Flag, Henry Rollins. There's another sample, punk sample. So yeah, you remember too, Bring the Noise is, if you remember, they had the double bass going, the heavy metal double bass. Bring the noise. You were Terminator X scratching, whatever. If you listen to the drums, they're doing the double bass heavy metal. So they all, you know, Public Enemy, all them, and LL, you know, they always had that kind of like punk, heavy metal kind of like Rick Rubin. Yeah, yeah. But Bomb Squad was I don't think Rick Rubin was he involved with Bomb Squad.
I don't know. I don't know. I just said.
Okay, yeah, that's
he got the big. He's turned into like some type of yogi. I don't know. I talked to him. He's like, hey, yeah, I'll do this beat like that. Yeah, man. Yo, that's crazy though. You know, how are so many brothers that speak on knowledge and deep and stuff? They have some type of musical background and things like that. Man, this is crazy that the correlation how that just goes around. Like mostly people that talk about knowledge and drops to has a musical background or something, poetry within it, right? Like David. David Psalms, right? So you guys, you said the Shield and stuff. Do you watch movies and stuff? Because I was thinking of Captain America when you said that. He had the shield that protect. I don't know. A shield is usually protect you. And I just saw Odyssey. Matter of fact, if y'all didn't see Odyssey, go check that out. That's a good movie. Word. What's the last movie y'all seen? Odyssey is crazy though. Bro.
Oh, let me see. Last movie I saw.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched the movie in about a week. Probably the last one I saw. Was,
and how does it relate? Right.
Right. Damn, I can't remember right now.
That's all right.
I know me. You know, my wife like to watch movies that you know, some love movies or something. Like the romantic stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I will say, probably one of my favorite movies of all time is The Book of Eli.
The Book of Eli. I didn't see Book of Eli. What was that
Book
about?
Of Eli with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
When he
I'm gonna do that a lot to you, Judith, because there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. You'll trip out.
Well, if it's one movie that you ever watch in your lifetime, you gotta watch The Book of Eli.
Really?
You know, it was basically like after the tribulation or whatever, like America was run down and he was alone walking
Right.
And he had the spirit on him, and any devil that came by,
Right.
he was like, he was wreaking havoc on them or
No man.
punishment.
Right.
And he was blind too. And he was blind.
Oh,
Yep.
that's you
He was
dropped.
blind.
I didn't even know that. Somebody said
Yep.
Jody said that was a great movie.
The Book of Eli. You gotta check that one out.
Wow. And it relates to the prophecies, the scriptures.
Yes. So he was blind, and he had the last copy of the Bible, but it was like written in Braille.
Wow.
And so the bad guy, what's the bad guy's name? He's a famous actor too.
Carnegie. Well, his name in the movie was Carnegie, but
yeah, I forgot his real name. Carnegie. I forgot his real name. He's a really good actor. He was the bad guy, and the girl from the '70s show, real cute.
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis. She's also the co-star with Denzel. And Denzel has the last Bible, and it's written in Braille. And the bad guy wants it because he's like, well, with this book, we can restart civilization, because it was like post-apocalyptic time. People were wearing sunglasses because of the missiles and stuff had like torn a hole in the sky, and it's just a beautiful movie, just absolutely well written. The brothers, two brothers, twins, Hudlin, is that what their names? Brothers made the movie. Maybe I'm saying their name wrong. If y'all know in the chat, they're twins. The Hudlin brothers.
Oh, Hugh brothers.
Wayans.
No. Oh man, I forgot the brothers' names. But they actually made
pitch one. Yeah.
They actually
Doobie
good movie.
Right. I got to check that out. I definitely got to check that out, man. Sometimes I'd like to have a conversation, talk about movies, and it could, because a lot of it correlates, because I think that the people that's up there knows a lot about esoteric levels. And how do you feel? I mean, y'all just dropped a whole bunch of esoteric knowledge in the Torah, about the Torah, that we didn't even know. And the Torah is what? What is the Torah?
So I like to, I'm not sure. I like to describe it like this. And when I first started like really teaching, people are like, "Oh, Judah, man, get back to that old Judah." Well, I am old Judah now. So I like to look at it to describe it like this. You're looking in the ocean at your reflection, or you're looking in water at your reflection. But what you're seeing is not your physical. You're going to see the inward self. Or like you in the physical world, and you open a door and you're walking in water, because the word Tawara, instruction or teaching, is related to the word Yahweh. Isn't it Yahweh? It's like the I forgot. Wait. Yahweh is to teach or instruct as well, but it also has another meaning. Isn't it like to pour out or
early rains?
Yeah, early rains. It's like another, but it has to do with water, right? And remember, the Torah is wisdom. Wisdom is like feminine, like the Holy Spirit, right? So that's why it's like man, woman, child. A lot of like the 5% stuff. I'm not gonna say they biting, but they definitely have gotten their basis and foundation from the Bible. Like it's just no way to deny that. I mean, sun, moon, and star, man, woman, and child, proton, electron, neutron, height, length, width, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. These things are all in, what I'm saying? So it's all mathematics, science, and geometry, So yeah.
It's like a school, like a school of I feel like books, and in some places it got misplaced, lost in translation. And so you're saying that the Torah compacts most of all. Somebody say something?
No, I opened up the live. Keep going.
Okay. My bad. So it compacts a lot of people, because today, what would you say for a brother or sister trying to find themselves? And that's for both of y'all. What we got?
You said
find themselves.
Define themselves.
Yeah.
So, well, you would have to look inward. That's what you would have to do. Like Judah said, the Torah is like your reflection. So it's not your outward appearance. is, you know, your mind or your spirit, you know, to get that refinement. So you would definitely have to look inward, and then it would apply outward. So, you know what I'm saying, how you deal with things on a mental level, and because also the Torah is a book of psychology as well,
Mm.
of how the mind works, right? So it's how to, like, you know, the different functions of the mind, because like the brain is like the physical organ, right? So so it's not, if you're looking at water, it's not the physical, it's like the inner workings of it. So, you know, Judah teaches on this all the time, like, you know, it's psychology.
Mm.
You got the occipital lobe, frontal lobe, temporal lobe, all that. All those have inner workings, storing up information, memory, you know, remembrance, how to problem solve, how to, you know, how to assess trauma and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you would definitely have to start by looking inward,
Wow.
because, you know, sometimes when people, you know, try to uh define themselves, or try to like have a like a they end up having like a coping mechanism, they usually find it in the wrong areas, pretty much. You know what I mean? Whether it be drinking or, you know, something like that. But Judah has something to say.
Yeah, just to answer the question, you know, there are many people who so I think that this I'm gonna call it the what or I don't want to say Jesus, or if you want to call it Jesus, who everyone know by Jesus. I think that if you, when you understand like what he's saying too, or what King David also said, King David was saying the same thing about the kingdom. You know, he would, you know, right, standing in the court.
Mm.
So there are many people who, some people are unable to ascend the higher heights. If you know, if you did, I don't know how to word it better than that.
Oh yeah,
Some
I
people
heard
they cannot. They're so earthbound
Yeah.
that they cannot enter into the higher heights. If
They
you
go
like
to
notice in the
6
Torah,
and distill back. They can't make it to 7. I heard some of it broken down like that. I can't. Well, 6 and then you come back down because you can't get past the 7th plane.
due to material, you know, I'll give an example. You know,
Alpha.
some people are just earthbound,
Right.
if you know what I mean, right? And so like let's say like this, like the Podcraft, right, where people talk about like inward things, or deep things, or people would say esoteric. It's not witchcraft, it's not whatever, it's just, it's not surface level, right? Because everything that exists cannot be seen, smelled, heard, touched, or felt, but these things exist, right? You know, like the brain, like the brother was saying, the brain is the physical organ, but its function is the cognitive abilities, which is thought, and you know, man and woman, our ability to expand our spirit or mind, we can elevate it and expand it through measure and degrees, right? And you know, some people who are very, very carnal or earthly, they can't, they're, you know, it sounds like foolishness to them. They only believe in what they see, smell, touch, taste, hear, and you know, but that's just not right. How people love, but explain love's smell, or its height, length, width, its texture. You can't. You know that it exists though. It's real. Thoughts. You know, thoughts are real. They're biochemical. It on a physical plane, right? But thoughts are spirit. You know, they're immaterial. They're, you know, they're like the wind. They appear. They can go away, like, you know, blow away like the wind. So to answer the question, a lot of people who understand or understand, who understand or perceive what we're saying, they say, man, I feel like I knew this already, but you just pulled it out of me. Yeah, because we are made from the earth physically, but this comes from heaven. And if before anyone says, oh, that's not true, go look up scientists and ask them, where is the source of the mind or the consciousness? Where is it? Scientifically explain it. They can't explain it. They don't know where well, I'm gonna use the word consciousness or awareness. I use the word spirit or mind, right? Because you can word psyche in Greek, rawak and what they call Hebrew, Yahweh Dayath, which means Judith. That was the name of our language, by the way. When you teach people this stuff and they get it, they felt like it was always in them, and they just needed someone to pull it out, and they get it. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't enter into the door, but you know, yeah.
Very rich with knowledge. That was heavy. And kind of ask a couple of questions I had with that.
So the Torah still speaks on the third eye.
Oh, okay.
The N word, we call it the Yashawan, which means the N word. It's like the pupil. You know, it's the.
Are you saying
the
N word?
Well, you know, in the
It sound like N word. N word. Okay.
Oh, inside. right. So it's the perception. So when we say third eye, right? Because we're not really talking about a physical sight. It's a right. Perception. It's an understanding, perceiving that everything that is not physical. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand that, you begin to understand we live in a world, two worlds simultaneously, right? We live in a physical world and a spiritual world at the same time, and we do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I say, the quickest way to heaven is inwardly. You got to go inside.
Quote. That's a quote. I was going to think about.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's it. The temple is the body, right? No.
Body is the temple.
The body, okay.
But it's the inward body is the temple. Right? I was just saying, remember I said Yashawan. It means the little man of the eye. So once everybody has this inward man or woman. And this, you gotta like wake him up, shake him up. Hey, wake up. You gotta give him some water, give him some food, nourish him, bring him the strength, and he or she will wake up within, and you'll be able to perceive. And that's what we use the word third eye, but you can say, you know, the inward man or the inward self, or you know,
yeah. So there's go ahead. No, go ahead. Because I got a couple more questions here.
I was gonna say also too in the Torah it speaks of the laying down man, the one who sits up.
Really?
Right, and then the one who strives, you know what I'm saying, to ascend or to elevate.
Where is this? Right. I don't want to cut you. Go ahead.
Oh no, bro, because that's where you get the 3 degrees. Now, when you look at Solomon's temple, it was what? It was made in 3 floors. First floor, second floor, third. Right? And then before you had the porch, you had the sanctuary, and then you had the Holy of Holies, which is the mind. Right? So it's elevation. Right? But even before that, there was the bronze altar. Right? So when we're saying like it's like the sacrifices they was doing was like the individual being put on the altar. Like when I said you got to get like the purest form of gold or copper or silver, you got to burn off the dross. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta burn off the carnal man or the man of the earthly realm in order to ascend. Because there's also because you have the nafash, which is like the soul. Then you have the nashamat, which is like the intellectual, you know what I'm saying? The man of like higher intelligence. Nashamat. But it represents you. So it goes back to Exodus 35, which is the nadab. Do you have the will, or like the, you know what I'm saying, the will in order to elevate or to work your mind? Because it's like it's like a muscle, pretty much. You don't work it, you're gonna lose it.
We're entering into the Torah nights. Go ahead.
Somebody in the chat, shout out to Indigenous Black Man. He's like, what are these guys talking about? Shout out to that brother. He says, someone said Masons. I understand where you guys are getting it from, how you see it that way, but that organization started in the 1700s. This is thousands of years old, what we're talking about, right? This is King David and all them, they all spoke about this and taught this. That organization was started in the 1700s in England. So no, I'm not a knock on anybody that's affiliated with that organization or whatever, but it didn't start there. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, but they have their own interpretation. That's all.
Well-practiced Mason. He comes on the show. Sorry, but I just know a well-practiced Mason who comes on the show a lot, and that could be him. Sorry. Go ahead, man.
Well,
I guess because of the ruler. Pardon me. Go ahead. Because then somebody said something about Masons. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were in the chat. They're like, they think people have been accusing us of for years. They're, you guys are Freemasons, and I'm like, well, we're like quote unquote so-called Black Americans. We're not even really, unless you go Prince Hall, and we're not members of. Yeah, we're not members of the organization, and we're not talking bad about it for those who are. We're just saying that these organizations started way later, and we're talking about an ancient mystic teaching that's a few thousand years old. It's not modern. So you know what I mean? And we know y'all passwords, and we know y'all degrees, whatever. Right. But there's only 3 degrees. So you know what I mean? Truly, there's only 3 degrees. There's the man that's quote unquote dead, and then that's the first degree, and then the second degree, he sits up and he's like scratching his head as if like who, why, what, where, which is the mana in the wilderness, and then finally he stands up.
For that one. That's
right. So that's your 3 degrees.
Nice, well put. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Whoever said that, Judah ain't no look. Judah Jeremiah said set up a debate. Yeah, that was he's not just to play with like that, man. You just dropped that, but you dropped that one. That was hard. That was you debunked that. But I know the geometrics, the shapes and stuff like that, the ruler. It's crazy because the word ruler means ruler, and that deals with the ruler. You know what I'm saying? They call a ruler measurement and stuff like that. Or you correlate? I like the way you put things together. That's kind of heavy, man. That's deep. Man,
the Torah has so many allegories.
Allegories
is like,
okay, let me ask you this, right? Because I was thinking law, right? It's more deeper than just law. Did Moses deal with I sound like Sue right now. Did Moses deal with esoteric ideas, or in that Torah is it more deeper than what we think? Just that laws was given to him, or he's supposed to be the only one to say the face of God, right?
So Moses was the first high priest for like 7 days. Right. And so the high priest is like the custodian of the secret wisdom. Remember, because the Levites weren't given land inheritance. They were God's own portion. Right. So they dealt with the teachings. They had to enlighten the rest of Israel. So they didn't get any land inheritance. So Moses was like the he was revealed when he went up on the mountain, right? The 40 days, 40 nights, the mountain, the word har means conceptions or thoughts, right? Language.
Mountain, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was being quote unquote initiated by God. And so when he came down, he was initiating Israel. And that's why he says in Deuteronomy 6, keep the Torah in the frontlets of your eyes, which, in between your eyes is your mind, your spirit, your forehead, right? The high priest wore the golden high plate, Kodash La Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? So it all, like we'd always teach, the Torah is a book of psychology. It's like a story of the spiritual journey. If you understand the furniture in the temple, it's the people's it's your journey. I'll give you an example. We've all been there when we were unconscious. That's the gold is the of course the most precious one. Well, let's not say that. I'm not going to say that. They're all precious, but they all have different qualities, I should say, because it's going to sound sexist, and I'm not on that. But the copper, the word nakash, it means serpent, but it also means of low degree, and it also means to observe or to like learn, to pay attention, right? And that's us. That's your first step into trying to walk quote unquote walk through the door, as they would say in Freemasonry. When you leave stuff behind and you walk through the doors of masonry, they get that from the Torah, right? Because in the temple you had there was a door to get into the holy place, and there was another door to get into the Holy of Holies. But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all these things are all symbolic of the mind, of the spirit, and it's psychology. So you sure this way beat people up so bad in debates because we bring science. We're like, we atheists get beat up because all they go into is in denial. I'm like, sir, do you use your mind? And once you get them on the mind, you start using the etymology of words, spirit. And you're like, so, sir, wait, you use your mind or your spirit, but you're saying there's no greater spirit, there's no source. And then it turns into an argument, and then it's from that point.
I imagine you had debates just on the topic of the serpent in Genesis not being a snake, the Nakash.
How you know about the Nakash?
I'm just,
That's good. That's good.
Just
He
learning.
just broke that down. That's a science on there. But you can answer this question.
I'm just speaking.
That's peace.
Well,
The har.
the word in Genesis for the serpent is Nakash, right? So it has various applications. So in a negative connotation, with negative quality, it is something of low degree, profane, right? And which is unholy or unconsecrated. But then again, on another level, it's to observe diligently, like you're just sitting there watching and paying attention, because it's your first degree. You have to and then there's before you get in the temple, there's like a place called the Awalam, or they call it the Ulam in modern Hebrew, but that means to be quiet, right? First off, you're putting yourself on. You are the animal, the clean animal that's sacrificed. Remember, you can't put a pig on the altar, right? Because it's a pig's quality. Pigs don't raise their head up to heaven. Pigs don't discern about what they ingest or what they consume. Their whole thing is to eat. You know what I'm saying? They eat whatever. They will eat. I've seen, other than a farm in New York, I've seen baby chickens fall down, not even dead, and then pigs come over and munch them up. So I see them eat their own feces. Whatever, right? So these qualities of pigs, things you can't eat, like certain birds you can't sacrifice that are like, it's such a beautiful book. I ain't trying to be long with it, but just give me an example, right? There are certain birds you can sacrifice, such as like the dove and things like that, because it signifies like purity and whatnot, right? But then there are certain animals like the eagle or the hawk or the crow you cannot sacrifice because of their qualities. Now, anybody that's been around a crow, crows are very smart. Yeah. They watch you, but what do? They're thieves. They'll come down and take whatever you got and fly away. I'm quite sure it happened to all of y'all. You have
they'll give them away as gifts.
Yeah.
To someone else.
Real talk. Yeah, that's real.
And they're vengeful.
They know the value of money.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Somebody trained one to just steal $100 bills. So they know the value. I'm like, wow, that's smart.
So you see their quality, right? The eagles and things and hawks are like animals of prey. They like prey on, you know what I'm saying? They're like, whatever. So you can't sacrifice that. Or even things you can like eat, even like the dietary laws. I'll give an example. I ain't trying to be long-winded. Just give me a second. I'll give an example. You can eat deer because they jump heavenward, but like creeping, or use a better example. Certain insects you can eat, like grasshoppers and locusts and things like that. Well, not locusts, but grasshoppers, because they jump heavenward. They jump up. It's all about elevation. But the animals, the insects, the ramash, the creeping things that don't jump heavenward, just stay low on you can't eat those, or they're an abomination.
Like shrimp.
Thank you, brother. Shrimp, fish with scales, which guard against whatever you can eat. But the bottom feeders that don't, eel.
What about butterfly shrimp? That flies in it. The butterfly. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. That's what we do.
No butterfly shrimp. No lobster either.
No, I'm thinking I'm talking about things with two names, like catfish. It's a cat. Well, it prays is a cat. Then it's a fish. Go ahead. I'm just being funny. Go ahead.
Priest won't eat horse, but he'll eat a seahorse.
That's a good one. It's too seahorse is too little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Wait, are they poisonous? I don't know.
I'm sure they are.
I don't know. I've never tried. No one tried none of these things we talk about. So just gotta put that out there.
The blowfish.
Somebody run out there and try to find a grasshopper talking about John, and That wasn't the grasshoppers they probably was eating back then.
Yeah.
Grasshopper, you know what I mean? It's all type of pesticide they spraying out there. I'm not saying, I mean, you know, you got fast foods that you can go to. Don't go out there looking for grasshoppers because the brothers dropped it.
Not our audience is smarter than that, but we got to
you never know.
We got to be careful just with apples and lettuce nowadays with the pesticides, you know?
That's right. That's right. All right, go ahead. This is good, man. Man, you dropped a lot of jewels, man. Both of y'all, you got something to say?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say too. Also too with the clean animals, the ones that chew of the cud.
Yeah.
Right. 'Cause it's like a process that they have to go through. They have to think about it. You know, it's like they eat it and then regurgitate it and then eat it again to internalize it. Right. So like you on the altar, when you want to improve yourself, you have to internalize things in order for you to elevate. So
these dudes are dope. Yeah, these guys going in. Go ahead, finish. I gotta give you a bomb on that. I gotta give you a bomb on that one. Go ahead. That was heavy.
Appreciate it. And then, but yeah, and like it said, no blemish. They have to chew the cud, and their hooves have to be set apart, right? Which means they have a discernment or knowing of what to do and what not to do, right? Just like Judah brought up the pig, they're constantly looking down, but it says even though their hooves are separate, you cannot partake in swine, because even though they have a distinction or a discernment, they choose to look down and bottom feed, right? So even though they have that ability, they don't follow it. But also too, also turtle doves and doves. The word for if I'm mistaken, turtle dove is thawar, but it means to like seek or like to search out, to search out something, to search out a matter, right? So you always want to have a desire to seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and to contemplate upon it. Yeah, so that's the clean animals, and then
So there is no pork on your fork.
Oh, no fish. Yeah, exactly. No unclean fish. No unclean thing. That was fire, man.
That was Big Daddy Kane, by the way, for those who don't know that.
Yeah, that was Kane, right? That was Kane. So we learned today. I'm about to say, I'm trying to think of an animal. So, yeah. All right. So insects is out. Yeah, that's right.
No. Some insects you're able to eat. My father-in-law actually tricked me into eating not grass. Was it grasshopper eye or cricket? And he knows the dietary law we can't eat. But so he was like, he's like, try it, eat this. And I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I can't eat nothing strange or whatever. He's like, no. He gave me the look like it's whatever. Strange. So I'm over here munching and it was sweet. And he starts laughing, and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh man, he tried to feed me some pork or something or whatever. He's like, nah, man. He's like, you're eating a cricket, or it was like a cricket with soy sauce, and it was sweet. Larvae, like John the Baptist. I'm being dead serious. It's not a bad taste. It was sweet.
Wow, that's dope. Sweet crickets. That's dope.
Crickets do have hind legs to propel upward, and grasshoppers. So
yeah, put a little flour on them. So because they have those little legs, like those little ones. Now you probably can dip them with a little flour. Well, locust is a little bit bigger, man. This has been a great build, man. It's been a great build, man. We gotta end it a little bit early, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick around with the music. I know y'all got some music, man. Y'all might want to submit a play or anything. If we got, I can't hear you.
Say one thing. Can I real quick? I don't know if you want me to. Can I talk about the league or the channel?
Yeah, go ahead.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody out there, we are give thanks to brother Killah Priest. He's out there helping to keep the intellectual capacity alive on YouTube so that we're not inundated with foolishness. and gossip and stuff and toxicity that we're flooded with these days. We're trying to bring it back to the early YouTube days where it was information flowing. So started the Wu-Tang Debate League, or what we call it league, but Wu-Tang Debate Channel. I don't know. Killah Priest, him and AB can work that out, or AD can work that out. We have the channel. We're going to be giving it sitting to Killah Priest. We want bring it back to the essence of real debating. 3 rounds, 4th round question and answer. Spirituality, religion, hip hop, whatever. We want. I was looking out. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. I was talking to Killah Priest earlier. I was gonna actually go on to Doggy Diamonds, pay him his money, and go on and promote it. We still got to give the link to Killah Priest, so and him and AD can get it. If I don't know if AD wants to be involved in, but we have a very rudimentary setup. So I don't know if you want to add in more stuff or whatever. But we wanted people from whatever philosophical or
be on
spiritual or
it'll be on a separate channel. It'll be a separate channel. Y'all put it together.
We have the channel, and we had to send it to you, so you can do whatever what you need to do. But we were trying to look for the personnel. So we have I think we might have JJ7000 on board. We may have Elder Yara on board. Me and Devion, and Sister Naphtali. I think she said she was on board. And then and then I'm sure there's people in your chat that are that are well schooled in their schools of thought as well. And we're just gonna bring it back to the debate thing was like battle rap.
Yeah,
like it was like battle rap. So we don't need judges. It's because it's really about disseminating the information, not about really who won and lost. Right? As long as people get to hear different ideas and in a structured manner, not talking over each other, no toxicity, but information. You know what I'm saying? We wanted people, other large YouTube channel people, if they have an issue with somebody, like I don't know if I'm gonna see any names on here. There's a guy, Mr. Campbell, who's a pretty big channel. Shout out to that brother. If you know who I'm talking about, I don't know if Killah Priest wants to mention his name.
Who, Campbell? I don't know.
Mr. Hassan, he sometimes he gets into internet squabbles, and I thought, what a great idea would be.
Oh, no. Nah, that's all piece. We just build with that later on, man.
Okay, I'll leave that alone. So people that in the chat, let's we're gonna have that. And if I send a few beats, I still gotta send Killah Priest more beats. But there's a particular beat I sent that Killah Priest likes, and hopefully he can cue it up. I know it's a little loud. I know AD does the sound stuff. I know it's a little loud because I have this reason for it, even though they have 14. There's a beat called 9 Million Angels with 9 Millies that I actually sent. Yeah, that was Daylight, the battle rapper, he actually wanted it, but he didn't want a chorus section. Shout out to Daylight. Shout out to B-Dot, all them battle rapper brothers. Goods, all them. We sent them beats and stuff too, but rest in peace to Fred the Godson. But yeah, if you could 9 Million Angels, I would love to hear Killah Priest over that.
Sounds dope.
Hear J Electronica with them.
Everybody's no doubt. Yeah, shout out to J Electronica, man. Yeah, that's dope. AD,
so a debate league.
Yeah, they'll talk to you about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the winner of that debate league will be crowned.
Tahuti was the first one to tell me that. He goes,
but the winner of that league can be called the master debater.
Yo, listen.
We'll have a whole ceremony and maybe a special award.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, well, I do love information, man, and it's kind of dope or whatever. But we talk to AD, let him go through. He knows all of that stuff, and that's dope, man. Shout out to JJ. I see him in the chat. Tahuti, we talked to Tahuti. What did Tahuti? What you said? We I talk behind because Tahuti's undefeated, man. Yo, come on. Yeah.
Come on, Killah.
Snake style, man. Snake style. No, but
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I just analyze like styles, right? Like say techniques and stuff like that. An ill style. I like JJ, some of his style, but Tahuti just got a wild style because he be sitting there. we'll build behind there. He'll be sitting, but I was with him, right? And he'll act like he don't know what you talking about. But I'm not going to spill the beans, man. Let him talk to you about it. But anyway, you heard of Rasul?
Tiger style.
Or we just call him Soul. Nah,
I heard the name, but I'm not sure who he is.
All right. That was well. Anyway, that was a great build. Right now, we're gonna take a break real quick, and we're gonna come back with music. Peace to everybody who's tuned in. Remember, you're tuned in to the Killah Priest Podcraft. Torah Nights just came through here, just stomped on things, man. They dropped a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you know what? Yo, yeah, kind of like whoever said something, you shut that down. I like the way you put it, man. It was crazy with the Torah and all that stuff. That was dope. But right now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have song promotions. Make sure you hit that like. I'm your host, Killah Priest. Torah Nights in the building. AD, let's go.
We are free beings by default, and try to force anyone to fit in a certain mold is just a recipe for disaster, and it's only going to work when you can program the minds, and that's what you're seeing going on with the television.
Sacred geometry, basic astronomy, Ignatius Donnelly, in the Matrix, Keanu Reeves, sitting faces astrology. This be the truest rhyme I ever wrote. In front of shrines of the devil go, see through my mind like a telescope. 369 like Tesla wrote. See the planets align, the fourth kind, and the nebula's close. From my rocket, going through pockets, through the darkness I coast. Try to raise my conscience, books on the prophets, Nostradamus and the cults. Do you believe in devils and angels, aliens, fairies, and ghosts? Things you see on Wi-Fi and Sapphire, rabbis, preachers, and popes.
Esoteric. knowledge. Esoteric knowledge.
Byzantine treasure, Queen Esther, King Jester, Dream Catcher, Wing Scepters, light beings with Elohim feathers, medieval ring stretcher, Helena Blavatsky, demeanor of Gandhi, take the cranks off the cross, clean off the body, put him in the grave for 3 days, seen Anunnakis, Enoch the Metatron, crown him with a head of thorns, the clouds in heaven storm, the child that was dead and gone, is now in ancestor forms, in a white robe megalon, my rhymes like globes in a Dabaron, sharp right when I flow when the mic is on, just like a light show when I step upon.
Esoteric. Esoteric knowledge. Esoteric knowledge.
The Moor from Berber, the Prince of Persia, a stitch of murder, the war observer, saw him lynch a herder, blood rinse from a lurker, took a risk when he heard her neck in his grip, then he jerked her, whispered pagan prayers, then let her go down the stairs, curtains blew everywhere, he hurried through the night air, lights flare from the watchtower, search team with rock wallers, kings that got power, from queens that drop flowers, screams grew a lot louder, he schemes as the fox prowler, caught him on the trail, Lift the veil, tried to impale, it didn't go well, they both fell. Grabbed his coattail as the moon swell in the open sky. The ocean in his eyes saw blue whales. From mountain high, the falcon glide above the island tribes. Cork, smiling at his finger prize from off his claw. He fell to his own demise for all his losses. Hell has thrones inside. His flesh and bones collected by the tides. Sand wet with foam, bubbles till it dry. The morning comes, the sky is lit with the sun. Hits the earth kingdom, full 360 is spun. Prince amongst the living ones, children will run. Sit down and listen stunned how his mission was won. He said the night before I had dreams of being betrayed by the God. They consulted on a plan, I prayed on it hard. By day I cannot rest, by night there is no peace. I spoke to nobles, the wise men, and the holy priests. They told me it was grief, showed me to my sleep. I slowly went in deep, there I fought on beasts. Awakened with torn sheets, wrestled with devils and leveled his armies. The calm meek was breathed. Tense to speak, I turned the other cheek after I murdered his elite. I'm the Canaanite king with Babylonian wing. My battle's holy supreme. Arrows are loaded on your team. As I swing the axe, all our kings are black. I'm the murderer and Merkaba. All bow and worship us. No book can interpret us. We're before night. We are pure light. We absorb sight. We're the tallest height. We are called the bright. For social culture, as the day falls to its closure, like a retrograde turning off its motor, and the earth's shadow is in full exposure. 200,000 rays of light, slightly beige white, silvery dark grays overtake the third boulder. The land of kings and gods in the heavens are now lowered. Talk to him, priest. For a fortress, they ride on horses and kill with soldiers. The greed of man, the seed of damn, for we are the I am. Back when Africa was a tropical rainforest, the Tyrannosaurus, the planet's purest, went from combat with hands to swordmen, the cannons for warring. Check the canyons for drawings, spamming major land of porous, unknown forces. The first books was just talking, and man found a way to record it. In ancient Samaria, they found records of schools and mortgage, tools they used for schools and soaring. Back when the natives first saw New Orleans.
This is the goddess Mother Waters. The statue gods were made in the pit Mumu, a special divine craftsman's house beneath the waters, and I will guide you. Do not be afraid.
Magic. Okay. Warm shadows, quiet tunnels, long and narrow. Silent thunder made the walls crumble. I look, icy bright fires, chill vibes, cool waves. The moon light up the hillside. Ezekiel will glide. Fire as I realize the Elohim Zir ain't peen. As I near the 8 kings with great wings. Going through the icy cold space rings. I see the Kundalini snake queens. Sunk ya, I king. I'm amongst them.
I should have asked those brother about the Nagas. She would be science on the Nagas. You know what the Nagas is?
I mean, in Spanish, there's nalgas.
Oh, what that mean? Nagas.
I mean, that's booty.
Okay. So Nagas, I think it's the Vedic word. Or the,
oh, they still here?
Hindu word. Oh, yeah, no doubt. What you feel? I'm glad y'all still here, man. What you think about the Nagas? Because I know you was breaking down the serpent, the snakes and stuff like that. What's your ideas on the Nagas, real quick? I want to expound on that.
So, isn't that Hinduism, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, man, I haven't studied Hinduism in a long time. I just know that Hinduism and ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet's religion were very, very, very similar. So I'm not sure if the Nagas represented like wisdom. Like, I'm not sure. I might be wrong on that. I'm not. It's been a long time since I've gotten into Hinduism and the Nagas. But yeah, I used to be like well versed in that and using the compare contrast with ancient Kemet. So, but I forgot. You know,
it's dope because all that knowledge goes back. But like today, we don't live near hippos and stuff like that. Everything just changed. But back then, man, it was just all around. You know what I mean? Just you see a snake here, snake there, the hash, like you said, and it was there. It was available to them. So it was crazy. It's like they all shared that same view, and then something somewhere happened. Something, you know. But I leave it to brothers like you to explain, man. That was dope. All right, so we're gonna move on to AD. If you got any music or beats you wanna play, or Davion, if y'all could slide it to AD somehow, maybe in
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, yeah. WhatsApp, and we're playing right now. But if you want to set it up for another time, we can understand. But same thing. If you slide it to him right now, we'll play it. All right.
You
let,
don't have 9 million on Killah Priest?
yeah, I got that.
Okay.
I'll send it to him.
I don't think I have AB's WhatsApp.
Okay, we'll give it to you. Where was it?
We can have Judah send it to you.
All right. Divines. You hear me?
What about?
I'll send it to you downstairs.
Oh. You want me to go get him?
Yeah. Quick.
Trying to see where we're at as far as this song promotions thing, real quick.
All right.
Okay.
Real quick, is it 23rd where you guys are at?
Yeah. What day is it
Okay,
over?
so
What day is it over there?
It's the 24th at
crazy.
almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon. But
Wow.
y'all know the 23rd is the door for Leo.
Hey!
Yeah, the Lionsgate.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
That's me.
And you know what's crazy?
Shout out to all the Leos.
Selassie-
Huh? I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Gotta celebrate. I forgot the day we start Leos, and I'm telling you, like I said last year, we made the announcement. We went all August, but we're gonna share because we got to share a little bit with Cancer. So thank you, Cancer, for letting us have it. But figure it out, Virgos, because y'all gonna be Leos. Yeah, any Virgo in August is now official Leo. All right, peace. Go ahead. All right.
Real quick, I want to say I'm not a Rastafarian, so nobody out there get I know as soon as I mention this, they're gonna be here. I'm not a Rasta, nor was I ever.
Nice.
But it is very peculiar that Haile Selassie was born July 23rd, and he's known as the Lion of the Tribe of Judah, and he's the 225th king. 259. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The synchronicity is off the hook, man.
There are
Then
there are no coincidences.
Yeah. What's Marcus Garvey?
I don't even know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
That would be August 17th.
Hey, I'm 16.
Hey.
So right before me is so it's me, Nipsey, me, and then Haley. No, what's his name? Oh, Marcus Garvey.
And Madonna.
Oh, me and Madonna. Me and Madonna. Gotta get my Madonna. All right, so Leos, it's time to act up. We're gonna have a wild Leo party. We're gonna take over the rest of this July, and we're gonna move all the way into August, and all Virgos that are born in August are now official Leos. And we're not gonna we're gonna invade your parties and everything. We're gonna do it all the way to September, which is a real Virgo. Now let me stop.
Man.
Yeah. Oh man. What's your sign, my brother? What's your both of y'all?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Cancer.
That's right.
He just
'Cause
passed.
he just had his
That's right.
birthday.
Yeah, he just passed.
Yeah, I'm a Sagittarius.
Hey, fire sign. No doubt.
December 19th. Yeah.
Just like Z.
Z. Yep. My son Z.
And Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Yep. Oh, wow. Jay-Z. That's dope. Word. AD is highly into that, but he won't admit that he's one of the astrologers.
I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah. He gets heavy into that. Then he
Yeah.
goes, yeah, I got jokes. You know that.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm not qualified to do readings or anything. I'm into it. You know?
All right.
Dead Sea Scrolls also get into a little bit of the people are like, why is it into a little bit of astrology? It says that like certain times of the year determine a person's, not fully, but like may influence a person's character or something. I forgot how they exactly worded it, but I don't know if you guys know this. I ain't trying to but do you guys realize that like here in Japan, right? They have this thing called the cherry blossom season. I think the cherry blossom starts like late March, early April, and it signifies the bringing in of the new year. So if I'm not mistaken, they kept this tradition for thousands of years, and even in the Torah, I think the beginning of the year begins late March, early April, or like April, right? So if you think about it, like what is it, September? If I'm not mistaken, I think sept in Latin, I think is 7, and December is 10. So, right? So we have our months are like a little bit off, like, but yeah.
No doubt, man. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, we can go on and on for all that. You know what I mean? With the farmers planting seeds at the right time and everything. It's crazy.
No, it's kind of deep.
Yeah,
like it.
We're in midsummer now.
Yeah,
Officially the middle of summer.
Exactly. Remember, Divine's still there waiting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start the feature presentation. We don't have a song promotions today.
Okay.
But we've got a feature presentation.
Right, no doubt. But we got
our feature presentation is.
Let me get you 99 Angels.
Is Ka Zodiac.
Hey, shout out to Ka.
Royal Priesthood.
All day long, my brother.
This is called Crown Loads 2 Priest Mix. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Can't dim my light, can't take my life, my path is chosen. I sacrificed, I paid the price, I won't be broken. I am royalty, it's my destiny. You know my time is now. They can't take my crown.
Direct intel, ancestral symbology spread across the diaspora. It's coded in my honesty, intuitive connection, strengthen tribes camaraderie. Parallel universe, that's another side of me. Guided by dreams and wisdom, build my economy. In silent meditation, that's how spirit responded. We play a part that plays in your natal chart. Not trusting your blueprint is where betrayal start. Ignoring warnings, pivotal insight. How you were descendant of Moabites, Hittites. Nothing rhetorical. I'm tapped in, my sister's an oracle. Future seen through the orbital. Through lessons informing you, honor my blood and features. Akashic reveal my deepest secrets. Creative crown loads from the ethers. In real time, I'm living it. Being tree on the mounds of Mount Gilead. Team spirit, magical affiliates.
The lost scriptures from the Hudson River. Stories of 40s, blunts, and liquor. Written by shorties, bloods, and killers. Hands to bars, identify mugs from mirrors. He's from Flatbush, cuz is fearless. He in the black book, drugs and realness. But in they cell block by themself on a cot. They time held by the clock. Water pail in the mop. Unsorted mail for the stock. In jail till they rot. Most of their elders was Griselda. Cocaine kingpins, gold chains gleaming. Dope bringer, demons. Now we upload King Tut Gold. We need answers. We transfer crown loads. Major priest to ground patrol. NASA case of Brax's face around poles. Lead by example. Priest is the ample. No priest is the handle. As I light each of the candles, I feel brand new.
Can't take my life, can't take my life, my path is chosen. I sacrificed, I paid the price, I won't be broken. I am royalty, it's my destiny. You know my time is now. They can't take my crown.
Music chairs, Game of Thrones, shooting airs with angel bones. Have you connected to the source and made your brain a phone? Climb till I reach the highest plane and I made it home. Connect the whole universe at once, yet remain alone. Got my angels and my ancestors on a conference call. Shooting Aztecs to the gods that said I dropped the ball. My first step, flagging the earth while I still watch them crawl. Immortalized the human anatomy at the Taj Mahal. I struck lightning when it hit me, I ain't shot for your noggin. I just blew it, it's impossible, I knew it. We all AI, I guess Allah prompted me to do it. made mythic creatures into continents and drew the map. While Venus spoke to Gemini. Before it was a Google app. The mic levitates when I talk without holding it. By accident, I'm still on point without knowing it. And I ain't right to think of this verse. I crown loaded it.
We crown holders and ground soldiers, the finest diamonds. They doing manifestation, we do divine alignment. This ain't no occupation, it's a higher soul assignment. Sacred, irreplaceable information, rewind it. I don't relate to these fraud dudes and clown hoes. 520 hertz is the frequency that my sound holds. Every written down flow, feeling like I found gold. Channeling profound codes, turn them into crown loads. They try silencing the chosen ones, it never works. Lessons heavy like collections at the mega church. We manifest a heaven just to build a better earth. And when you hear that word crown loads, you know who said it first. Lyrically mystical, healing you, medicinal. And on this mic, these rappers saying nothing you should listen to. Life is cyclical, like the spin on an elliptical. This priest mix is fire, but run back the original.
Can't take my life, can't take my life. My path is chosen. I sacrificed, I paid the price. I won't be broken. I am royalty. It's my destiny. You know my time is now. They can't take my crown.
Well, keep giving that bombs. AD, you introduced that one wrong. That's Ty Phoenix remix called Crown Loads.
It's Royal Priesthood.
Yeah, Royal Priesthood. Yeah, that's crazy.
Submitted by Kazodiac.
Oh, yeah, that's fire. Shout out to Kai, man. Yo, everything about that track, yo. Woo. He said Game of Thrones with the angel bones. Yo. Kai, you sick. Yo, Kai sick, man. Yo, come on. Ty, you know you ripped it. Come on, yo. Vine just got here. Shout out to Vine. Word. That was legendary, yo. Yo, Kill Rifkin, everybody came off on that. Underland, yo, they still here?
Damn.
Yeah. What you think?
It's definitely dope. We definitely need like more thoughtful hip hop. I definitely, Devion, he don't really like say nothing, but I know he would be like, Judah, like, come on, man, like, get off the street stuff and start getting, because I was battling somebody and I said, my mind's designed like architectural designs of French cathedrals. And he was like, wait, say that again? And I was like, okay, Devion wants me to like stop rapping the street stuff and like get to the, I'm like, all right. So, but he's the MC. So
you still be pinning now and then?
Yeah, sometimes.
I heard some of Davion stuff when you played it, and it was dope. Man, you and your wife, I think, was in the video. It's dope, brother. That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Molly Dolly. Judah produced that one, actually.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was dope. Dope. Anything about it. Anything with unity like that, and the lyrics and everything was heartfelt. You got a strong voice, too. Deep.
Thank you.
I think he's talking about the other one, Devion. Wait, Priest, he's about the one where his wife is rapping, too? Because I produced Molly Dolly.
Yeah.
But there's another one where Devion's rapping and his wife's in it, and he produced it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I think I saw both of them probably. One of them was dope. Okay. It was dope though. Thank you. So where we at?
Well, listen, y'all. I do have to go to my headquarters. Yep. I'm a teacher, an English teacher here.
Really?
I have to. Yeah. So I got a little bit. I got to go catch the bus. It's already like 92 degrees already.
Judah, let me ask you a question.
Shirt soaking.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, let me ask you a question, man. You how's the matcha out there, man? The matcha tea.
Man, I never heard of matcha until I got here. I'm surprised. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I know about the ceremony matcha tea out there, man. It's golden. It's like gold. I know. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna have to get some of that. Coming from the plant. I know you got the plants out there.
Listen, I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm an avid fan of the matcha frappuccino from Starbucks. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Starbucks wins again for the win.
Listen, I won't even move anywhere if they ain't a Starbucks. Yeah. To me, that's the standpoint of civilization. Which, let me clarify. Yeah. My wife like trying to move out to these old country places. And I like to go to places and study. So I'll go to Starbucks and, study or write or wherever. But if they don't have a Starbucks, then what am I going to, that's my standard of, people meeting and, yeah. But,
Hey, that's why I saw them two brothers. That's deep because I was thinking y'all was family at first. I know like family, like related. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all remind me of each other a lot. That's crazy because I saw the two twins before I came and did the show, and I'm like, Dad, that's deep. And then you ended the show by saying that you go to Starbucks, man. That's deep. Yeah.
Somebody asked, what does Killah Priest put as his name at Starbucks? In the chat.
What's the name?
What name do you put?
I go through. Sometimes it depends. Depends on.
You just give him a fake name?
Nah. See, sometimes it's just Priest. Sometimes Walt. Sometimes I say cold ice.
Oh, okay.
Cool waters. Who's your name? Cool. Remember they used to do that? The man.
The Walter, Water of Love.
The legend. Nitro Cold Brew for the legend. I'm just joking.
Now you sent me some audio here. What is this?
Play that. This is a beat produced by none other than Judah Nash.
A word. Here we go.
You got flames coming from unscribed. Say he like it. It's crazy. What's the order like? Torah night, yeah, fire. All right. What's your production team name? Torah night.
What you say, Priest?
What's your production name? Production team, like the name of your production company?
Shoot,
Judah,
it's just
Judah.
it was really just me, so it was just Judah Nash.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
No doubt, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Torah nights, man. Make some noise. Judah, man, we're gonna let y'all off the Podcraft right about now. Thank you for coming through, man. Did a wonderful job. Dropped it. For our first time, it's gonna be many more, man. We're gonna definitely have y'all back for a part 2 to go deeper. And y'all went deep enough. Y'all did the Podcraft 30, man. We thought we was gonna trap y'all with all type of questions, and we was quiet. And we got them, snare them up right here. But y'all just broke through them, man. It was crazy. It was dope. That was dope.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having
Occult.
us on. Thank you, AD. Thank you, Killah Priest.
Yeah.
They're Occult.
Thank you to the chat. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you. Shout out to everybody up there. My wife's in the chat, Jude Panamera. That's actually me too, but
No doubt.
my wife in the chat, Jude Panamera.
Right.
Shout out to Sister K. And thank
my
y'all for
wife
having
in
us
the-
on, man. And you know,
Yeah, no doubt.
All
man.
right,
Thank
well,
y'all so much.
See y'all next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
all right,
Yep,
peace,
yep.
you guys. Thank you very much.
Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
All right,
Love,
guys.
peace.
Easy.
Yeah.
Appreciate
well,
it.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
I
man.
gotta make it like a outro, like I don't know, like behind the stained glass piece of the Podcraft. You know, something to let people off the beaming down. You know what I'm saying? We used to say
Yeah.
land the plane.
Wait, how do you get out of here?
I think so.
You about to kick us off, AD.
Man, y'all stuck.
Yo, you know what? I want to ask you next time. I'll ask you about your animation too, because you out there. I got a bunch of questions. I know they got movies coming that we didn't even see. You know?
Yes, I gotta do your yeah. Well, remember, I gotta get my stuff and you know,
Yeah.
Killah Priest, you know.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I found it. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for having us on. You guys have a blessed day.
You too.
And peace and blessings. Y'all stay hydrated and watch out for that heat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right,
Say
peace.
something was like,
Thank you, Killah Priest. Thank you for AB.
yo, thank you,
for having us
Davion,
on
man.
again.
Right there in St. Louis, man. Shout out to Nephtali, man. She out there.
Oh yeah, she is. She is.
Yeah. St. Louis is the Saints come marching in.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Thank y'all. Peace.
Peace. And we got a show on Sunday.
You have a show this Sunday coming up?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, I want to. I know I'm going to New York. I'll be out in the NY area. I got a couple of shows coming up.
When is that?
It's coming. I gotta hit my man Jay in a few minutes. Been a little busy this month, which is a good thing.
So
So
you-
I'll let you know. I'll let you know in 5:15.
So y'all could check out kppodcraft.com for all the updates on the schedule.
Yeah,
So if you want to know,
Shut-
is there a show tomorrow? Just go to kppodcraft.com.
yeah. And shout out to Knowledge Born for keeping it moving too. You know what I mean?
For Wednesdays.
Yeah, for Wednesdays, definitely.
So you're not sure about Sunday yet?
Oh yeah, but we might have Min Cap and Crip Jesus coming through.
Okay.
Sunday.
On Zoom?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta talk to them, see if they're gonna come in. Then you might just step up into place. Word.
Yeah, what's
But I'm
up,
gonna make
AD?
sure. Let me see what time I'm gonna be around or whatever. Well, anyway, remember, shout out to the Mighty Gibberines also. Word. Let me say, thank y'all for coming through. What you gonna play something for?
Nope.
Oh,
I got
yes, yes, right. We gotta get out of it. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let's do it.
Next slide.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Peace.
Epic, the great angelic word. There was a disturbance in the essence. Every being in heaven could feel it. A shifting of reality-changing level was about to happen. Most of the heavenly hosts knew or partially knew what was happening, but no one would be prepared for the chaos that was soon to come.
In the beginning, the universal researchers came into attendance, sources of the orders of ascension, the ebony daughters and upper wisdom, the heavenly fathers above the solar system, which wore the crowns with the cobra emblem. They came down as co-defendants, so the lesser gods wouldn't go to prison. The celestial Mars where these souls attended, extraterrestrial large with no beginning. You had the Yahwehs, the Hashim, the Most Highs, the Light Being, the El Shaddai, the Elohim, the Witnesses, the King of Kings, the differences, the Holy Supremes, the Allahs and the Farrakhan, the Melchizedeks and the Pantheon, and the Lord of Hosts spoke. The hearers of prayers took notes, and the holies of holies in the end of the day gave praise to the one called Goat. The angelic Labor Party leaders crowded the courtroom with Anunnaki speakers, surrounded by the godly teachers. He sat in the all godly style crop circle. In the highest of heights, the backdrop was purple. These black astronauts were not verbal, but gave off a lot of virtue. They were silent, but aware of exquisite balance. Schools of knowledge and high exalted prophets called the potters that moved up from the macabres to the higher colleges. They became universal scholars, mastering the masculine and the feminine in the blackness of the Genesis.
The stage was set to start clashing with all ignorance. The house lost the seat to the Moorish. That took the office from the sources. The kingdom became corporate. The headquarters was northern, where most of their prominent supporters dominated. The fathers began opening up to Torah. In the eastern kingdom, many of the angels had mortgage. The one called Yisrael, who fought the devil. Because Yisrael loves to wrestle and make bets for blessings. Scores he never settled. Floors was leveled, applauded by the ghetto. The tablets were mathematics amongst gaseous planets. The ashes was on the axis, and the inhabitants was enchanted. Stop. Stop.